Okay. And I think we're live. Let's see. We got Vanessa Kitty is here. Torzax, Tactical FUD. Bobby Barlow is here. Hey guys. And Kitty.
Oh,
And Hank is here. Yes.
Clint Eastwood's here too.
Yeah. How's everyone doing tonight?
I put Clint Eastwood back to bed.
All right, Andy. Did you go shooting this week?
Absolutely.
All right. You have fun?
Oh, yeah.
Michael Scribner is here. How's it going?
It was a very, very good experience Wednesday.
Oh.
Well, I have a couple of good things that happened. One, I have a mold, a Lyman mold's 180 grain 311 bullet. I can't remember the specific numbers. That I cast zinc, and I must have casted over 10,000 at least bullets out of that mold. And that was one of the first molds I, did until I perfected zinc casting. So it took its toll on that mold, and it had oblonged the base a little bit, which sucks. But I bought another one, and once I saw the new one working fine, I decided to go out and I bought a 309 reamer, and I set everything up on the drill press and proceeded to ream the two holes because they were oblonged, and because the base is whatchamacallit, gas check. So I figured I'm going to take out the gas check. That's what my plans were. And I've done this before on 223 molds, and it worked great. Made six slick-sided bullets, and they work great. So I do it. As I'm doing it, I see the mold move. I mean, a flinch, a nothing. I figured that's gone. So I casted about a dozen of those bullets up or so, but I never loaded any because when you look at it, your eye can see the imperfection in the base. The little, it's like when you turn it in the light, you can see it. You can measure it. It's less than 1,000th. Okay. And when you size it, you can still just see the imperfection. So I was, I finally loaded them up last week before I went to the range, and for testing to find out if they were any good. They shot just as fine as the original mold. Okay, I mean, I put the 12 bullets in basically one hole, cover it with a dime, but that's only 25 yards. Okay, so it's shooting accuracy wise fine. So I casted another dozen or so, and this coming week it looks like I'm going to be going Wednesday again. I'll be shooting them at 50 yards and see how they work. But that mold may have worked out anyway. So we'll see how that works out. So that's the first good part.
Okay, hang on one second. Just Jeff is here. Rune is here.
Rune, how are you, Rune?
Chessboard is here. Good to see you guys. All right, continuing.
Okay. So very, very happy. So that rifle was put aside. I fired some of my regular lows that I had loaded. Everything was fine. Again, the accuracy was the same, no matter which bullet I fired. So that was good. So now we're playing with the Rossi, and I got shit I want to get rid of. And most of that stuff is 38 special loaded. So I'm going to get away from that and shoot just 357 in the rifle and my Dan Wesson, so I don't have to deal with the carbon ring. Okay, carbon fouling. So it's a pain. The rifle's a lot harder to clean out than the pistol is. So I don't want to have to deal with that. So I'm back to this Keith bullet, and zinc. Of course, it's only 103 grains, and I'm like, why won't this bullet shoot? So I have a bunch loaded in 357, but I still had some loaded in 38s that I didn't shoot out yet. And the difference between the two loads, never mind powder and case size, but the manuals, and that's like old manuals, new manuals, current manuals, whatever. That bullet is supposed to be loaded in a 357, overall length of 1.553, which takes the bullet deeper than the crimp groove that the bullet in the picture is sitting in the crimp groove. It brings it up over the the top ring, and that's where you crimp. And because in the pistol, it won't chamber in my Dan Wesson if it's done at the crimp groove. It's too long.
Oh, it skips out the cylinder?
Yeah, it's too long. So I said, okay, well, that's the reason. So I took the dummy round, have a dummy round, and I threw it into the, I have 2 or 3 of them loaded up. I put them into the rifle and cocked the lever, went right in, cocked the lever, went right in, no problems. They fit the Rossi without having to be shorter. That measurement is 1.66 versus 1.553. That's the difference in the length of the bullet. So one of the range officers at the range who reloads, he keeps a few things at the range. So he had a kinetic bullet puller. So I took a couple of the 357s that were seated deeper, and I'm tapping them, trying to get the bullet to come out to the right place. Mm-hmm. And I succeeded in doing that. I had 5 of them. I got pretty close to where they should be, but extended like that. It's the same powder charge I would have used whether it's extended or shorter. Okay. So I fired the shorter ones, 6-inch patterns. I mean, really bad. So my point is, I think the bullet jump, that's a big jump when you think of what that distance is. It's 0.1 something. Okay. That's a big jump. So when I loaded those up, I had a 1/2-inch group. So the overall length was the factor in the Rossi that was throwing the accuracy off on it. Mm-hmm. Okay. So now I got a whole bunch loaded up with flat air loads and all that stuff and hot loads and everything else to go play with this Wednesday. So hopefully it looks like that has resolved the issue as far as out of the Rossi. Because once I decided not to pay attention to those bullets, trying to sight the rifle into those and not getting anywhere, I went back to the Type 3 wad cutters, sighted the rifle in for those, and I'm shooting, it's not a hot load and anything, but again, only 25 yards, and I'm covering, with a quarter or less. So I'm very, very happy with the outcome of that. And and then shooting these in there, the group hitting in the paper in the same place with a tight group with the 170 grain bullet in it, 103 in zinc. So this week will be the final test to find the load that works the best. And great, that's all great success. In the meantime, I'm going to I don't know if my camera's going to get this because of the. I'd have to kill the picture. Oh, wait a minute. It comes in back here.
No, it's iffy on that. Okay, hang on a second. Uncle John is here, and I'm sorry to hear that, Rune, on his birthday. That is, what are the odds? 93. Damn. So anyway, sorry to hear that, Rune.
Oh, okay. Yeah, wow. Sorry, Rune. Wow. So anyway, I'm going to probably make a phone call to you maybe tomorrow and talk to you about maybe your son 3D printing something for me to eject the bullet out of the Rossi. In other words, it's coming up. You can see it's hitting. I have a cantilever scope mount facing backwards instead of forward. So the cantilever is where the bullets are hitting that when they pop up. The scope is right above it, but it hits that. You can see the marks on it. So I want to build like something L-shaped, okay, which is I have some really good double-sided tape. I'm going to just stick it under there. So it's going to be, I don't want to say it's L-shaped upside down, obviously. So that flat part will stick onto the scope mount, and then on the left side, it'll be the downward L. And then from where the end of the L is, the length that I've made, to the right side of the mount, I want to make a line coming up and curving. You understand?
No. You have to draw pictures.
That's what I have here, and I can't. I can probably turn that's what I'm saying. I can't draw things very good. So, hold on a second. Where am I? Let me go.
You can just text me.
Hold on. Well, I mean, I can email you, but I'm just going to do this for now. Where the hell? Delete. Okay. See? I'm up. It's probably backwards in the camera.
Hang on a second.
It's backwards. Let's see. Is it backwards in the camera?
No.
Oh, you got it good. It's backwards on mine. I mean, it's right side up. So basically, the width of the scope mount is 0.589. That's the flat spot. And I want to make it 0.8 so it hangs over, to make the L shape. So it's not on top of the, I got to move the L shape if you're sitting at the rifle, the L shape go to the left of the ejection area. So that's why I'm making it a little bigger. So it's L shape coming up and have it curved. Okay. And then make the same thing, but instead of a curved, a straight angle, to see which one might work best. And it's going to be total length of 3 inches long, and that's because it's 2.5 inches long, the flat spot on the mount, and to bring it back to cover the whole ejection area is about another half inch or so. So I want to make it longer, and I would ask him to print it solid if he could.
Yeah.
Because I can cut it that way if I have to make it shorter, or file something to make it small, change the dimension or something. But I'm not good at drawing. I'll draw something bigger, maybe take a picture of it and send it to you with measurements and the detail, because I think that will make it eject. It'll go up and flip to the side. I think it'll work. It's worth a shot. Because I can't make something just out of a simple piece of plastic and attach it there that easy. I was trying to figure something out. And let me put my bullet back on. Okay. So that's about it. That's my thoughts. It seems to be work. It looks to me like it'll work after I sat and played with it for a while. Try to make something of out of it, and that's a crude drawing, but I can make the drawing larger so it's not hard to figure out. So you'd be holding the rifle buttstock to your shoulder, so you're looking down, so it ejects to the right.
Yeah, I need a picture of your temporary piece on a rifle. Kip is here. Hey, Kip.
Yeah, well, I mean, these are I took the measurements of this thing, but I can take a picture of the mount, so you can.
I need a piece of scrap paper or something to get an idea of what you're after on the rifle. Just take a piece of cardboard that's kind of like what you're looking for, because I have no clue.
Yeah, no, I know, but your son, I'll make a drawing. My drawing's a little crude, but definitely understandable. I mean, the drawing's on a little 3x index card, so it's not any size or anything. When I crossed out and made things, and I have to make a clean one. And then the mount is approximately an inch above the ejection port, the top ejection port. All right. It's so when I eject, the bullet hits that and pops back down. So I'm just trying to get something to go click to the side, So that's why I thought L shape coming down, and then when the bullet comes up, it'll go ping, whatever.
Okay. Dave, how's it going? Dave? Oh, he's on mute.
Yeah, I had to come off mute. Things are going good, man. Things are going really good. Busy in the kitchen this morning. Whipped out some salmon dip for the big game tomorrow, so that's going to turn out really good. Yeah. So there you go. We got a football party tomorrow to go to, and we're gonna have like loose meat sandwiches with juice and cheese and a whole bit, and we're gonna sit around and watch the game. So that's gonna be pretty cool. I'm kind of happy that football season is here. I was so burned out on baseball. Baseball is so boring. It's not the game for me. Some guys can watch that and they watch it. I just can't do it, man. It just takes too long and it's too slow.
Okay.
Other than that,
West Covina Dodge is here, and Texas 6 is here. And Jag is here. Jag 1 is here. All right. Yeah. I don't know. I watched a little snippet of the Eagles and the Cowboy game, and they had, what did they have written on the sideline? Something about love and different national anthems, and I was like, boom, I'm gone. Anyway.
I don't blame you.
Football's
I don't blame you at all. I see that it's been posted now that the little town I live in, they're going to have what they call a pride gathering. Okay, and they mask it like, for the people that are proud that they live in their little town, and that sort of thing. It sounds so universal. But actually what it is, it's a get-together for all the mentally ill people to dress up in dresses and all that other stuff. So, they had the pride flag back there and everything else. It was just like, okay. Yeah.
Pat, I watched that the other night because I forgot, there's a lot I forgot about. It had the Mattel toy in there. I thought John Wayne was carrying it, but the guy that got killed was carrying it, and he smashed the Mattel Marauder against a tree. So they used a toy to smash a gun against a tree in that movie. Yeah. All right. Side note. Sorry about that. I had to reply because I watched the movie a while ago.
It's funny about what you were saying about movies and prop guns, that sometimes in TV shows, like detective shows and things like that, when they change scenes, but it's like the same room and the same thing, they just change the camera angle to focus on someone else or whatever, but you still see the other person in the background. And it's really funny because if they got their guns out, sometimes they got the wrong gun. You know what I mean? It was like, wait a minute. He just had this gun. Now he's got that gun. You know what I mean? It's like they took a break to go ahead and set up for the next shot, and then everybody picked their guns up, and he picked up the wrong gun. And that happens all the time.
Well, do you know what gets me is they hold a gun on somebody. They hold a gun on somebody. They're going to shoot them. It's a 1911, and the hammer's not cocked. What? You're going to double act? There's so many movies that show like a high power or 1911, and the hammer's not cocked. And then they cock it. It's like, oh, now you cock it? Like what? After they scared the person, whatever. Ridiculous.
That happened to President Ford when he was when Ziggy Fromm went underneath the barrier, and then walked up to him, put that 1911 right in his face. She didn't have the hammer back. She didn't have the hammer back. And Ford, he was crapping his pants. I mean, he thought this is it. His head's going to explode like a watermelon. But yeah, the hammer was back, and the Secret Service grabbed her and just took her by the ankles and mopped up the floor with her lips, man. yeah, they did. They did a number on him. Oh, that was but she stood right there like this, and it's perfect camera shot, and the hammer's all the way forward. That's like.
Yeah, I would say 50% of the movies, especially older ones, the hammer's not cocked. So what is the threat? I mean, they're ready to shoot them.
Yeah, go ahead.
And you're like, wait a minute, you didn't cock the hammer. How did that go bang? Anyway.
Yeah.
1911 switch to the Star Model B.
I had a Star Model B 45. It was a good gun. I shot the thing.
Yeah, I've had 5 Star pistols. 2 were the lightweight 45s, the little 3-inchers. What were those called? Not BM. They were called. Anyway.
PD. The PD models.
They're PD.
They were small. They had they had a 45 PD and then the 9mm, and I think those were pretty much. I don't think they had a 40. I don't think 40 was out at that time.
No, they didn't. They went out of business before that was real popular.
You know what's a good pistol for not a lot of money? Astra. The old Astra revolvers. You can pick them up for a couple $100, in a pawn shop even today. And they're not bad. I mean,
they had what was it? A Sig clone. And they had the Oxford Constable 380, which is kind of a Walther clone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I had a it was a 6-inch revolver, and it was really closely a copy of the Model 19 357 Magnum, and it had a replaceable front sight. It was a good pistol. It shot real well. It was accurate. I never had any problems with it. I shot it all the time. But it was an Astra, and I also had an Astra 400 automatic, 9mm Largo. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the older Astras we couldn't get the ammo unless it was surplus. Yeah.
Yeah, it was 9mm Largo.
Yep.
Which is a hot round, actually. 9mm Largo is nothing to sneeze at. It's like a poor man's 38 Super.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I think Star made some pistols for some military one time. And there was a 9mm Largo, and they were like the, they were the model. D, I think. Yeah, I think they're like a 4.5-inch barrel. Yeah. There was one company that was hard chroming them. They would buy these pistols and then they would disassemble them and then do them in a hard chrome, and they actually look halfway decent. They look, and it was cheap too. I mean, $250.
Well, speaking of which, for the people watching, what revolver is Steve McQueen holding?
Oh, that's Dan Wesson, isn't it?
Nope. I don't think anyone's going to guess. I had one, and then I had well, I'll tell you the other model later. This is a Target model. Okay, nobody in the side. It's an H&R 939.
Oh, yeah.
22 9-shot. That's their Target model. And then I had the 999, which is a top brake 22. Top brake, yeah. So I thought it was funny. And I love this picture anyway. This is in 1963. So anyway, there's some trivia for you people if you see that picture. That's one of my favorite McQueen pictures. That and him on mini bikes, because he drove them a lot on the racetrack, getting from here to there, and then at home. So him on mini bikes is also good. But this picture is just iconic, and it was unloaded. Even though he's dry firing a 22. Bad.
My dad had a 999 top brake.
Yeah,
he had one. They were a pretty popular little pistol. A lot of sportsman guys bought them. Double action.
They weren't a Smith. They were cheapo, but you'd find one for $100. What are you going to do? Especially if you like the idea of top brakes.
I think my dad bought his brand new at Coast to Coast.
Yeah, Uncle John, that gun in the Dead or Alive. Rossi makes one.
Dead or Alive? What movie?
The movie Wanted Dead or Alive.
Wanted Dead or Alive? I can't picture that.
He played a bounty hunter in the Western days, and he had the.
Oh yeah, the Western days. The guy with the mustache and black hat and all black. Yeah, that's a cow. What was it? That's a cowboy gun. It has to be.
No, it was a lever action shortened barrel. He wore it.
You're talking. All right.
Okay. Dead or Alive. He was a
You're talking. All right. You're talking McQueen. Yes.
Yeah.
The hog leg. You can buy a Rossi like that right now. Actually, you can buy there's a knockoff company. You can buy them right now. PSA has the 44 and 257 and a threaded barrel. I was thinking about the other one, the guy that all black with black mustache, the older guy. What was that called? It was similar to that. Yeah, I used to watch those McQueen series. It was real corny though. That was early McQueen. Yeah. Yeah, it's a mare's leg. Yeah, not a hog leg. Yes.
Wanted Dead or Alive was before your time, UJ.
No, I watched all those.
I know it was on, but it was made before your time.
Yeah, well, it was early McQueen. That was before this picture that I'm showing here, and I'm blown up still. Damn it.
The Great Escape, he did some motorcycle riding too.
Yes, but he didn't jump the fence. He wanted to, and they wouldn't let him.
Yeah, they wouldn't let him.
So his buddy did. That was a excellent motorcycle driver and stuntman. So he did it instead. He was pissed, though. He wanted to do the jump.
Bobby Smith, that was another good one.
What's the guy I'm thinking of?
Magnificent Seven.
Kind of had a scar here, black mustache, all black. Older guy. What series was that? Anyway. That's what I had in my mind. I didn't even think John Wayne, but not John Wayne, Steve McQueen. But yeah, I've seen those, and they thought it was a little wacky, but Steve likes his gadgets. He's always doing gadget things.
Yeah, the Blob. Fuzzy with the Blob. Yep.
Yeah. He did one before the Blob. I watched it. It's an old black and white movie where these gangsters talk him into, I think, being the driver Bank Robbery. That was Steve's, one of his early movies. And he has one older than that when he's really young and he's terrible. Overacts and everything. He's terrible in this movie. So he had 2 movies before that. And he was awful in that. And they had to, luckily he calmed down and quit overacting like they like to do in the 50s anyway. Just everything is like this. And he was terrible. But then he just mellowed out, talked less, and then he was Steve McQueen.
Yeah, he had to develop his character. That's what he had to do.
Yeah, he had to shut the hell up and just sit back and be cool. Yeah, but he does have some. There's a movie where he's really young. He's just a baby-faced kid. But yeah, that picture's iconic. I can buy that picture on eBay, on canvas, but why? I don't know. Let's see, you gotta plug in. Oh.
Yeah. There's some nasty storms up this way. We're on the edge of the storms. We're getting rain, but all the thunder. Again, I live on the South Shore of Long Island, and it's all the thunder is right offshore here. The sky is lighting up like you don't think it's daylight. That's how bright it's getting. But it's not. The lightning's not even local. It's 5 miles away.
Mm-hmm.
The nasty stuff missed us, but Nassau County, which is west of me, they're getting creamed, and so did Queens. I don't know. I didn't watch the news if they got flooding yet, but we got some really bad stuff. Yeah, kid, you're getting it too, kid. At the angle of it, you're getting it too.
Yeah, when I did the milk jug with that big Lee 44 mag, a thunderstorm was coming, so I had to hurry. But we're in the 70s. It's nice out. It's cooler out now, 70s, 55 at night. So it's perfect weather right now.
Yeah, we're getting cooler nights right now. We've been high 50s at night and like 75 during the day. So it's been good. Wednesday should be a perfect day for me at the range. 72 degrees or so, almost no wind. And it's not going to be sunny. It's going to be, partially cloudy and stuff. So that's going to be a good day.
We got some rain today. It rained for about a half an hour. Pretty soon it'll be raining every day. Every day. It'll go weeks and it'll rain. Yeah. So I'm not looking forward to it. The one thing I do like about fall is actually kind of cool because it's not hot, it's not cold out. But I just don't like the weather. It's gloomy and especially here we get a lot of overcast and it rains quite a bit. Yeah, but other than that. Fuzz went ahead and put in the comments. He said something about that little 22 being, good for, raccoon hunting. And so a little bit of a story. I opened up the fridge. I was digging through it. And I don't know how it got lost in there, but there was this ham slice in there that had been sitting in there for like 3 weeks. I'm not eating that, right? And, it was still in the package and everything, so I took it out and I cut it open and, threw the package away and I went on the back porch and chucked it, and it went out over the fence into the green belt that we have there, the woods and all that. I just figured, the critters will find it, and clean it up. And about 3 o'clock in the morning, man, I hear this. all this stuff going on out there, and everything. So I got up and I went over and I flipped the light on. Here's like 6 raccoons, and they're having their own version of WWF, man. They're throwing each other and they're all fighting over that piece of ham. I mean, it's on. I mean, that, they kept it up for like 20 minutes. One would run with it, and then the other one would tackle him, then run the other way with it. And, oh, man, it was crazy. Yeah. I should have cut it up into pieces and threw it out there.
I was going to ask Rune what the weather's like over there right now. Yeah. But winter is coming. Yes.
It's probably the same as like here, Yep, winter's coming, Rune. That's true.
Yeah.
But
starting November is when I chain up. So, yeah.
One thing that's cool, though, last year I went ahead and replaced them finally, but I finally bought another set of Sorels, those pack boots. I like those things. I mean, they keep your feet warm and they're waterproof. And, it's good when it's snow and ice out there. They're made for that. The only thing is that they make them overseas now. They don't make them in Canada anymore. So, yeah, another fine product being made overseas that it's not the same. It isn't the same as my old ones. My old ones were Canadian, and I had those for over 20 years. They were worn out.
Kyle is here. Hey, Kyle. Yeah, I just wear cheapo slip-ons. They got super good tread. I've used the same one since I moved here. I've gone through a couple pairs, but I never get cold. Never get cold.
You'd be right at home here. You'd be right at home. I mean, you would move here and you say, you know what, other people speaking another language, this reminds me a lot of Norway. It's like that here. Go to New York and fight over Big Mac.
Well, it's like Norway. Oh, yeah. In the wintertime, it's like Norway here. So, it's just snow and sun. And I don't know about Norway, the sun during the day, but yeah, well, plenty of snow. Oh, by the way, we have rabbits running amok in the yard. My wife saw 4 in the driveway, 4 deer, and every night when I turn on the porch light, look outside, a rabbit goes running off. So he's living in the backyard at the garden. So yeah, for some reason we've got a ton of rabbits. I haven't seen a jackrabbit in years. We used to have a jackrabbit in the backyard. Those are freaky looking creatures. Anyway, yeah, tons of rabbit droppings everywhere.
I got a couple of rabbits that I don't know what it is about my backyard. My backyard seems to be where all the wildlife hangs out. Like I'll walk out there and there'll be like deer standing there in my yard, They'll turn around and look at me, and then they'll go back to doing what they're doing, walking around, grazing. But yeah, rabbits, squirrels, owls. We got eagles. We got all kinds of stuff, man, zooming in and out of here, So, yeah.
I'm surprised Minnie hasn't taken one of them. She likes rabbits, but she's been good. As a matter of fact,
Well, that's when
the last chat, when I took a pee, the rabbit ran right in front of me. Anyway.
Well, my neighbor's got a dog, so they don't get any at all. And it's funny, the other guy that's on the other side of me, I never see any wildlife in his yard. Maybe some birds. That's about it. But it seems to me like, man, they always come into my yard.
Let's see. Oh, All right, that's cool. That's cool.
You mentioned 2400. That was one of my favorite powders for 44.
Well, you got leeway with 2400, and it's been a while since I've shot a 317.5 grain bullet. That is a big 44 Magnum bullet. So
I used to use Blue Dot. Well, Blue Dot and 296.
accurate number 9. And let's see, heavy pistol and H110. Those, if you want feet per second.
You know what?
Just on the primer.
Go ahead.
We must be
A
lagging.
really good load. A really good load is AA number 7 in a 44. It's not the fastest, but I'll tell you what, you'll be able to hit where you're aiming at, because the recoil on it is smoother, and I'll tell you what, you can shoot very accurately with AA number 7. AA number 7 on 44. Yep, that's what I used to shoot the 200-yard rams with when I was shooting silhouette. Is AA number 7.
And let's not forget unique. That's awesome in any 44, special or Magnum.
Well, it's right in that burn rate. It's in the same burn rate as AA number 7. Unique and AA number 7 are quite similar.
Garage Guy's here. Hey, Garage Guy. Yeah, don't forget unique. It just doesn't throw as good as the others. 2400 throws really good. I mean, it's a tiny little. And, but yeah, number 9 is a great 44 powder. And H110's a Barker. 296, same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But you got a little window where you want it. So that's the difference. That's where 2400 comes in. You can, back this off. Okay. If you did that with H110, it would hate it because that likes to be loaded. So, yeah. So that's why I tried the 2400. It's been a long time since I shot the Big Daddy, and that bullet turned out to be super heavy because it was soft lead. Usually I'll get them, they'll be about 107 without a gas check, I think, or even with the gas check. Or not 107, 307 grain.
I'll tell you what, a good 9mm load is AA number 7 or HS6. Really good.
Yeah, I bought the wrong 7. What did I get? The other 7. Reloader 7? Yeah. I'm going to use that for blackout, though. Tread is here. Hey, Tread. Yeah, well, Fuzzy, you're using scoops. You might as well throw unique then. Same accuracy. Well, pretty much. I'm just talking 0.2 of a grain. Let's see. Rune mentioned Tanfoglio. Yeah, I've had an old Tanfoglio 9. And then you got your Witnesses, which are almost the same. It depends on the era. I had a 10mm. Did I say Tread was here? Hey, Tread. Big Boy 44 NOE. Oh, yeah. I think I have a couple of your bullets. You had a hollow pointer. They're right on top. Actually, there's like 5 of them on 6 of them on top of my file cabinet. I forget the number of that one. So anyway, I sent the molds back to Cranky, and luckily I have the SST 380 mold from 6-shooter Texan or Texas 6, 4-cavity, awesome, and nice bullet. And then he left me that Lee, so I'm good on the 380s there.
Frankie.
And I'll just there's Cranky.
There's Cranky.
And I'll just pick up a 10 mold down the road, and I'm good.
That is true. Yeah, that is true about 3031. 3031 is a pretty universal powder as far as cartridges. I mean, you can use it in a lot. I mean, you can use it in 4570. You can use it in 223. You can use it. It's really a versatile powder.
Good to see you, Cranky. Cranky! I hope your package makes it. It says Monday, so be home Monday. Don't let anyone rip it off the porch.
You know what? There are certain powders that are just staples. You know what I mean? Like Bullseye and 231 and 2400 and Unique and 30, like 4895, 4064. I would probably say that 90% of the reloaders out there have a combination of those, and they're all great powders, all of them.
You did say 231, didn't you? Or did you? Got to have
Yeah.
That's my favorite 380, 45, a lot of 38s. I don't use it in like 44 or something like that, but we got an Ozark sighting. I got a pop-up. Ozark.
What's going on? You got me and my beans and cornbread. So,
oh man, I'll tell you what. Yeah, I got a football party I'm going to tomorrow, so I went and whipped up some salmon dip. You wouldn't turn me on to that. You wouldn't. You messaged me and said I'm going to make some salmon dip with it, and I was like, oh man, I'm going to make some salmon dip. So that's what I did this morning. Is I got the cream cheese out, and got it all room temperature. Put sour cream in there.
From that Seattle salmon we caught.
Yeah.
So,
I'll tell you what. Oh yes. I bought down on the dock downtown. I bought 15 pounds of ink right off the boat. Right off the boat. The boat came in. They were doing an offload, and it just so happened I was out there on the dock, and the skipper was up topside, so I went over there and I was looking at what they were doing. The guy said, "Can I help you?" And I said, "Well," I said, "I'm just looking, just observing." He goes, "You want to buy some fish?" I said, "Sure." So he told me, get this, $11 a pound. $11 a pound. Yeah, and it was caught that morning. Actually, it was caught just about the same area you were at, over by Whidbey Island. That's where they were at. And I'm going to tell you what, the guy came up, he cut the heads off, tail off, and filleted them out, weighed them out for me. They put them in the ice, they put them in ice in a wax box for me and gave them to me. And people started lining up, and he helped like 3 other guys. And then he said, "No," he says, "all the rest of the catch is already spoken for." So that was his, he already had that. Yeah, he already had it. He already had it sold like Safeway and all these other places.
At the market, they had it at $29 a pound for whole fish.
I paid $11 a pound. Man, that was a deal. That was a deal, man. I looked right at the guy, said, "I gotta go and find an ATM," because he told me to. He said, "No debit, no credit. I saw the barrel. That's it. And yeah, you know what it is? It's probably just beer money for the crew and stuff.
I need to put Andy. Got the same bullet right there.
The 170 grain.
Sure. I think it's 170, 175.
I have the 170 Keith bullet.
But yeah, 357. That's it.
The issue that I've been having was the books tell you to load it an overall length where you're not crimping in the crimp groove. You're crimping on the top of the bullet.
Like a wad cutter.
Yeah. Well, at the top, not, the top band there. And so that's what I was loading 357 for, and I wouldn't shoot the shit out of the rifle, out of the Rossi. So I have them in 38s, but they're crimped at the crimp groove, and they shoot lights out. So I went back to
my Rossi brother.
So I went back to the 357 again, and I put it at that. Made a couple of dummies, put it in the crimp groove, and they came with no problem in the Rossi.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is in the revolver; they're too long.
Hubbies is here. Hey, Hubbies.
That's why that is. But I have two books that have rifle data, and they list the same overall length as the pistol. So that was my issue with that bullet. So now I got them back up my ladder loads and whatnot at that length, and the few I shot were terribly accurate. So good tight groups.
Hey, Texas 6, did they say that was new production or what?
Yeah, that came in. I read something about that. There was a shipment to the USA.
Yeah, baby.
Robot?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Weeks back or so. And everybody, it was gone. Everybody knew about it before they announced they had it, and they were all sold out online before the first people, before people got to it.
Yeah. I'm down to 3.5 jugs, so I'm hoping it'd come back sooner or later.
Oh, yeah.
I love that stuff for suppressed. Anything, yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that powder I have, that Winchester WSH, the green dot is the data for it. It's like right there with testing it with the chrono and stuff. It's right there. So I'm so glad I've loaded so much stuff with that. I gotta remember I started out with 48 pounds of that, 48 1-pound jugs. I've loaded so much of that in the last few years. I'm down to 36 pounds. That's how much I've loaded and shot in the last 3 years.
Wow. Yeah, I'm about 3.5 jugs, Jim, so not quite a pound.
I was loading a bunch of 223, and I was like, are you kidding me? These scrawny little cases, and it's just eating the powder out of the jug. Just eating it.
What do you use to load? 223.
H335 right now because I'm saving the Varget.
Yeah.
The Varget shot so good with like even my first reloads is like, damn. But I'm using H335 trying to get it grouping. Well, I did have some good groups, and we'll see what these do. And I'm loading that's the nice economy, easy throwing powder. That throws dead on. I just use the hopper and bam, bam, bam. It's all the same weight. And so that's what I like about H335. And I'm using it on 50 grain Varmageddon, 55 from both companies, and then all the way up to 77, 77. And then my favorite is that frickin' Barry's Full Metal Jacket, not the copper wash shit. Full Metal Jacket. That is my favorite economy bullet now. And my barrels are 1-7 twists. This is 55. And damn, that shoots so good. And every bullet weighs like they're consistent. So I don't weigh nothing even
Right.
for groups.
Yeah,
So
the berries have made a good bullet. I mean, I got a ton of arm score. I must have 5,000 or 6,000 of those 55 grainers, and
Another channel,
shoot
this
great.
guy was testing. They were on another channel. This guy was testing some bullets made by Bob's Bullets.
Yeah, Bob's
And-
bullets too.
Yeah, and so seeing the results he got with his, I bought like 5,000 of them. I got a case
Well,
of 5,000 of those 55 grain.
the Berries 223 I'm talking about is only the full metal jacket,
Yeah,
55 grain, because I saw
That's
reviews
what
on
they are.
They have a 62, but from the reviews, people hate that one. But that 55, you get 500 for $50. That's what I paid. And now they're probably 55, and then you get the free shipping as long as you ordered, midway $100. Damn, I'm buying those all day long when they're on sale. That's just my plinking round, and it groups.
I use Shooter's World Tactical
Yes.
Rifle in my 223.
I miss the old Winchester soft ones. You get 1,500 of them in a 30 cal can. What was it, like $72?
Yeah.
Something like that. I miss those days.
William is here.
Actually, that 55 grain Corlock soft point 223. That was a good bullet, man. I used to shoot that all the time.
All-purpose, Yeah.
Flat
William,
base, shot nice.
William is here, and no, I haven't done any tight group in 223. I do have a lot of tight group though.
I never thought of trying that. I got a lot of tight group too.
Yeah, I just stick with I'm going with the H335 because locally it's pretty cheap and it throws perfect. The tight group throws perfect.
Yeah.
So
That CFP 223 shoots great for me. That and Varget are my 223 powders.
Well, the Shooter's World Tactical Rifle, when they first released that, they were putting that up against Varget.
Yeah.
Okay, and that I had, I was playing with the Shooter's World powders, so I grabbed a pound of it, and that shot grabbed one another pound. Then they had a sale on 4 pounders. I don't remember the price, a long time ago, but I bought 2 of those, and I got 3 1-pounders still sitting there, and I've loaded all. I got so many 223s loaded, but I'm not shooting the full metal jackets. I'm shooting my zinc now. So
yeah, well, Pat gave me some Varget, and then it became scarce. You couldn't even find it, and now it's back. So my son picked me up a couple. So Varget's back.
Yeah, I can find Varget at Bass Pro anytime I want it.
I remember the big scare where everybody was saying that it was discontinued. That was one of their most popular powders.
Yeah, and for a couple years ago, it was scarce. You couldn't find it.
Well, when that plant burned in Australia, it went with it. So did Trail Boss.
Yeah. So all I need.
I've always
now,
preferred 48.95.
all I want to see now
My
is
77 grain bullets. My 77 grain bullets I shoot 48.95 or Vita Vre 110. No, not 110, 140 and 140.
I've shot so little 223 over the last 5 years. But now I got a hankering to build a 12.5 inch with folding stock. This will look. That new bolt carrier group with the springs built into it for the folding stocks. Brownell is selling it. I'd like to try that.
let's see. The Luck Whisper is here. Hey, Luck Whisper, what's up? Yeah, I got a 12-inch 223, I really don't like the short barrels, but I have a 12-inch and even a shorter one.
Truck gun.
Well, suppressor, it's going to take a lot of that concussion out of there.
Right.
I wouldn't want to shoot one without a can on it. You can feel it in your eyeballs when you shoot a 7-inch. You can feel it in your
We go
eyeballs.
fireballs coming out of the barrel.
Oh, Texas 6 did some more milk jugs today. Now, I replied back, you were low on milk jugs, and what I do when I get low, if I got a clean hole, I'll dry out the sides and duct tape a patch on each side, do a crisscross, and you can use them again and again.
A little hot glue. Mm-hmm.
So duct tape is your friend saving a jug.
Wasabi peas.
Well,
I know that Ozark doesn't like the wasabi. I mean, it's like horseradish, but wasabi peas are pretty good. Nice stack.
I like horseradish. I love.
You'd like these. You'd like wasabi peas. They're good. You can get them at Walmart.
I like horseradish. I don't like wasabi.
What's that?
Said I like horseradish. I don't like wasabi.
Yeah, horseradish, baby, with any kind of meat actually, but yeah.
This is my first real meal all week long. I've had a sinus infection, so it's been like scrambled eggs, and the antibiotic just screwed my gut up. Who knows what's going to happen with these beans and cornbread?
It's going to be a good test run.
That's right. Twine made these. They're delicious.
Jeez, Kyle, 3 grains of tight group in a big old 223 shell. I don't know. People do it. Just make sure to shake your bullet upwards when you shoot it.
Tilt your gun up, fire. Tilt your gun up, fire.
Yeah. It scares me when you got nothing in the case. Ozark, you were asking about 44 Special. The last load I did was Red Dot. Yeah. And that worked well, for keeping it just, let's see, I was getting, at my altitude, 1,059 feet per second.
I don't know the dot.
So
I doubt Tim will give me any.
they were good. They were good with the suppressor, I don't know if you were asking suppressed or not.
What about that Winchester lever action? I'm sorry, Smith & Wesson lever action. And I can shoot it suppressed. It's threaded. Excuse me for chewing and talking at the same time.
Yeah, lucky you, Fuzz. I remember that. 432-255. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I'd still be leery about that much powder in a huge case like that. I know that tight group isn't that sensitive to that, but my gosh, that makes me nervous. I'll just shoot a 22 anyway. Same thing. A 22 long rifle. And that'll be super quiet.
Rusty, here's the cornbread for you.
Cornbread sounds good. What was I craving? I'm craving beef jerky. I got to make beef jerky. Got to go to the butcher. What's a good piece of meat? A cheap piece of meat for jerky.
Top round, bottom round, good and lean.
London broil.
Okay.
Pretty cheap.
Oh my gosh,
We got Georgia boy. Now we got a cornbread argument going on. A couple guys from Georgia.
Georgia boy.
Jiffy Mix.
Oh no.
How we doing today there, Pastor? How we doing?
Yeah, good to see Georgia boy. I knew that Lee 44 jug test would bring Georgia boy out. I knew he would reply, and sure enough, he did. Because he plays a lot with that bullet. That's a tricky bullet, especially Georgia boy. Have you ever had one with a gas check come out to 317.5 grains? That was soft lead. That's crazy. That's heavy.
Of course, Georgia boy shoots deer at 50 yards with a 380. So on the run.
Yeah, but I was surprised how heavy the bullet was. That actually, I think I was using the mold we got at the thrift store, so it might be a little bigger. It's 2-cavity also. Maybe that's it. Maybe it was the mold that throws them out heavier. And I think the diameter is a little bigger also. So that's good. Versus my old 310 mold.
Marvin, if you would please, message me a recipe for cornbread.
I'll take a picture of my mama's recipe and send it to you.
Okay. All right.
If you don't have bacon
So
dripping.
I'm gonna go ahead. Well, I'm gonna make a navy bean soup, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna smoke the ham, naturally with hickory. Man, I'll tell you what, you take the ham, you throw it in there, and then you make the broth, and then you start adding your beans and stuff. Man, the whole house smells like that hickory smoked ham. Man, it smells so good.
The house just been in the crock pot all
Delicious.
night and smelling it. Well, the secret to good cornbread is get your skillet 425 degrees. So as your oven's heating up, put your iron skillet in the oven and let it go at least 15 minutes. Then you add either your butter or your bacon drippings to it and put it back in the oven. That's when you mix your wet and your dry together until it's just mixed together. Pour it in there and it's going to sizzle. Pop it in, 25 minutes
Right.
later, you're ready.
I don't envy Georgia boy at all. He's remodeling the kitchen. Oh my. Joy, joy, joy.
Yeah. Yeah. Hello.
You usually have more than one bathroom, but you only got one kitchen.
That's true. That's true. Cranky. We lost the other GSS. Oh, he. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, I if you buy beef jerky, it's expensive as hell. So I did it.
The house right next door to me.
I used to make it when I had a dehydrator, but I'm just gonna put it. Hopefully, my oven goes low enough and just do it in the oven. But I gotta have me some beef jerky, and I ain't paying $9 for a little tiny bag of chewy crap. I like this stuff. You guys know what I'm talking about. You got pressed jerky that's like fake. You got to have the strands. You know what I mean.
I like the sticks like Preacher and I make. You grind it up and then use it's like a caulk gun, make the little Slim Jim stick. Oh, yeah.
He brought me some deer jerky last time, and what else? Oh, it was so good, and pepperoni, so good. Yeah.
That's the pastrami recipe that he came up with. We make that every year. I had a Reuben last week of it.
Yeah, deer pastrami.
Yeah.
Yeah, so good. That's one of my favorites. Yeah. And I would like to try some like buffalo jerky, buffalo pepperoni, and pastrami. I think buffalo would be awesome.
In Tampa, we were at this Italian grocery store, and they had all kinds of jerky. They had kangaroo and alligator, and it just everything. They had rabbit jerky. Anything that's lean, you can make jerky out of.
All right, guys, I'm going to bail out of here. Cleaning lady comes early.
All right, Andy. Good to see you.
Everybody have a good weekend. Good seeing everybody.
All right, good to see Andy. Send pictures.
Yeah, I got to draw a better thing for you and then send it to you.
I just want a picture of like a temporary piece of cardboard on a gun just to get a visual about what.
I don't even know if I can. It's such a small area. All right, I'll see what I can come up with.
Just a piece of tape on a piece of cardboard, just so I get an idea and visualize what's going on there. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. Cranky and Kyle were talking about, a Mooser. Whatever happened to that guy? I think the last time his dryer caught on fire and then he was never doing videos anymore. I don't know.
You're going way back. Yeah, back when Nathan was hosting.
Yeah, I liked when Nathan was doing it. Yeah. Yeah.
Jim, have you got a air fryer?
Yeah.
You can make jerky in them. Usually you can turn them down to about 180 or 200 and make jerky in them. As much as your son's in thrift stores, I'm amazed he's never picked up a dehydrator. You probably pick one up for $10 or less.
Well, we had one and I sold it in the move. What I didn't like about it is if you do jerky or something, they get so hard to clean. You know.
Spray a little Pam on them before you put the meat on there. No problem.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you buy one at a thrift store, same thing. They never cleaned it. I no, moldy. No, I'd buy a new one. But we do have these air fryers. Yes.
Or convection.
Keep your eye open for a little cheap. Keep your eye open for a little cheap at garage sales, man. Sometimes you can get one of those for like $15, and they work perfect.
How low can an air fryer go? I guess you can turn it down.
Depends on the air fryer. Yeah. You don't want it over, say, 200, 325 degrees. Because I believe I do jerky at like 180.
Okay. Because Nathan's reloading room looks so clean and organized. Yeah. Well, that's when everyone was doing laminated tables and epoxy and everything had to be clean. You know what? I don't care anymore. All I want on my reloading bench right now is a 1 foot section I can set something on when I'm reloading.
I love this neoprene pad that I have on mine. I love that.
I just want this space. I'd throw everything on there and never clean up. If you look at my really old videos, everything is spotless and open. I used to have shotgun reloaders on that bench, and now they're over to the other side. Now, I'm lucky if I got somewhere to put the tray.
Mine's a mess right now.
I can't watch Tin Man, his videos, because his reloading room is so nice. I mean, he's got the dream reloading room. He's got a really nice reloading room
with a squid sign now.
Yeah.
Well, you finally got to make one, in the new house from scratch, and that's nice. Yes, It's always nice.
I actually have 3 dehydrators. Twine had one, I had one, and then somebody gave us one. So now we have 3.
Never had a dehydrator. I've always had a Little Chief smoker, and I'm telling you what, I bought that back in like 92. It was before we moved here. I had it for years out on the old farm, and I was using my dad's old one, and it didn't have a lid for it. It was getting getting ready for the last roundup. Still working and everything, but we were in Sports and Warehouse, and they had them on sale. They were like, $50 or something, so I went ahead and bought a new one. And I'll tell you what, I must have done 500 pounds of fish in that thing. I mean,
Jim, you still got that grill we got you?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. It's mint condition.
So there's a technique you can do on a barbecue grill with briquettes. You lay the briquettes down one edge like dominoes that have fallen over. You only light the end and then just let it burn from one end to the other, and you can make jerky that way. You can have smoked jerky then. That works great on a grill.
You wouldn't believe the condition because it's out on the front porch year
You don't
round.
have the humidity we have.
Yeah, it's not rusty or anything. It's pristine. I should do a video on it. The only thing I need to clean is the grill. But it's amazingly in pristine condition, and it's been outside winter, summer, all these years. What, 5 years? What's it been?
Oh yeah. But yeah, if you do your charcoal in a row like that, you can do your jerky on your grill that way. Just keep it 6 inches or so away from the coals.
Yeah, just
The
for
snake, Will used to call it.
Yeah.
And just make you another row going the other way.
you know what I use a lot? I use seal meal. I use my vacuum sealer. I use that thing quite a bit. In fact, I made I made that salmon dip. I loaded half of it in a bag and went ahead and vacuum sealed it and put it in the refrigerator. That way, you go to another party and you don't feel like making anything. You can just grab that, put it in a bowl, salmon dip. I also make the same thing like salmon dip, but instead of salmon, I use smoked ham in it, and I just beat the snot out of the ham to break it up after I've smoked it, and that's pretty good. You put that on a bagel or something like that. That's that ham. Oh man, it's good.
We call that potted meat in the South.
Yeah.
You didn't say potted meat, did you?
Mm-hmm. Well, when you take ham and smoke it and then shred it.
Oh, I saw somebody make beef jerky out of Spam.
Oh, that's too much fat. I wouldn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
This turns into like a spread, and you can actually spread it out on bread or whatever you're going to eat it, and you can make a sandwich out of it too. It's really good.
You can take that dehydrator if you want to speed marinate something. Put the marinade in the meat and then hit it in that dehydrator. It cuts about 75% of your marinade time off.
Oh, you mean the
vacuum?
The vacuum,
yeah. That's what I did with all the fish. I smoked. I went ahead and vacuum sealed it in the freezer. So I got steelhead and I got salmon. So I'm pretty good.
We vacuum sealed that salmon we brought home.
That was
frozen in Seattle, and we bought a cooler up there, and it came home. It was still frozen. And I put it back in the freezer. And then,
you got a photo. If you have that photo that you take, that you took, go ahead and throw that up. That was a nice salmon. That was a nice size salmon you got.
Oh yeah, it's been flayed out, but we take the frozen pieces, then I dip them in ice water to glaze them, and then I dehydrate them, and they won't ever freezer burn on you that way.
Okay, what is a good marinade for doing beef jerky? Do you use brown sugar also?
I One of my favorites is just teriyaki sauce and black pepper.
I was gonna say teriyaki sauce is an easy one, and that's probably what I would do. I think I remember using that or something similar when I did it a long time ago at the old house with the dehydrator. And
I
man,
can't remember the brand, but I buy it at Academy. That just the old fashioned. They've got all different kinds of flavors. I just like the good old fashioned hickory smoke. It's got a little cure in there with it, so you don't have to worry about it molding. So you don't have to freeze it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I also tried soy sauce and some brown sugar and
Mhm.
garlic, and add some stuff to
Some
it.
ginger. Yeah.
Onion powder, something like that, and that turned out pretty good.
But I don't put the pepper on it until I put it on the dehydrator. Because if you put it in your marinade, it stays in the marinade, doesn't stick to the meat, the black pepper. So I'll put some peppercorns in the marinade for the flavor, but then I put the black pepper on it after I put it on the dehydrator, and it sticks really well. If you like a lot of black pepper.
All right, that's a project this week. I definitely got to do beef jerky. It's how much jerky is now. It's crazy.
It's stupid, yeah.
So,
Well, Marvin said down there in the grocery store. I mean, salmon is $29 a pound.
Well, that was at the public market. that was
where?
That was
Where
at
was
the
that?
public market.
Oh, public market.
Yeah, that's tourist prices.
wasabi. Come on, Kyle. You're doing too much sushi now. Wasabi and Jiffy Mix? What on earth are you talking about, Kyle?
I've had jerky made out of fresh ahi tuna. Damn, that was good. Just marinated in teriyaki. Man, that was good.
I just saw a thing where Kim Jong, North Korean leader, right, hired a guy from Japan that was kind of a weird wild card kind of guy anyway, to do sushi and bring him over to his country and cook sushi in his Japanese restaurant or section, because he has section for food and he loves good food. They turned out to hit it off and be best friends and everything. And he was worried about getting killed if the sushi was bad. And it was very interesting because, they played poker together, motorcycles, jet skis. And one rule is you never beat the leader or you get executed, right? Well, this guy did, but he only did it by a nose on the jet ski. And Kim actually enjoyed that because no one's ever beat him, but he made sure it was really super close. Anyway, the guy lived, and he actually went back to Japan, and he came back, and then he went back to Japan after that, and he told all the stories about it, right?
Well, if Dennis Rodman can go, some dude from Japan can go.
And so he goes back to Japan, and all of a sudden, instead of being just another sushi guy, he had a Korean mix to his sushi, and that made his restaurant valuable over there. Once he went back to freedom. But it was fascinating what this guy was telling all these stories. Anyway, yeah, they were buds. Weird. And it was all over sushi. And he liked tuna. That's why I brought it up. Tuna was the fat part of the tuna. He likes fatty foods.
The belly,
The fat part that he thought did an awesome job, and he kept the guy, and he paid him huge and gave him huge tips. All right.
We had fish collars, grouper collars in Tampa as an appetizer. Man, good. Yes.
I don't know, Georgia boy. Ours are gamey. I don't bother. But Ozark, has the processing gone up?
We do our own. I haven't had a deer processed in 15 years.
Really?
Yeah.
What a pain in the butt. like doing all the sausage and everything. Oh my gosh.
It's not that bad. We take the back straps. I'll take
Very
a couple parts out of them, cut them up into cutlets for chicken fried. The hams, I'll make pastrami out of them, and then all the trimmings we'll make jerky out of.
Mm. Wow, your son's going to Japan. Mm.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's a whole different. Here's a funny thing. Japan, the people got really pissed off on immigrants. You know how Japan is. Everyone's Japanese, you know. Well, I guess immigrants were coming in. The people had enough. They were like, out of here. They're not polite. You know how Japanese are so polite and everything. Oh, they're pissed. So they're protesting right now, or they were last week.
My brother-in-law from Texas is the one we hog hunt with. He's 6'4", black T-shirt, cowboy hat all the time. Buddy, when he showed up in Japan, they were just like, "Oh, cowboy!" Oh, yeah. Cowboy.
Texas 6, go to the thrift store and find old Levi jeans. Your son can sell them for a mint over there. Jean jackets, all that stuff, the old ones. Yeah. I still have a jean jacket. Maybe not.
Levi's the most expensive jeans on the shelf anymore.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. That's the way it goes when you get the big name. I must have threw away my jean jacket. I used to have an old one. Anyway, they like that stuff.
Ozzy Andrew Zimmerman's doing an outdoor game cooking channel now. He's on YouTube.
Who is that?
Andrew Zimmern or whatever. He used the bald guy that would travel all over the world and just eat weird shit.
Oh, okay.
Everywhere they go, they fed him some kind of animal nuts.
Yeah, the one that ate the nasty stuff. I eventually remember that. And then there was the other guy that died. What's his name? The chef.
More like, God dang it, what is his name?
Yeah, I know.
The guy from New York drank like a fish.
Tall guy, loved hot dogs. Favorite food was hot dogs of all things.
Smart ass, just a big smart ass.
Yeah. But of all the foods and fancy foods, hot dog was one of his go-to, you know.
Anthony Bourdain. Thanks, Hobby.
Bourdain, there you go. Thank you, guys. Hobbies beat you to it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember Bourdain went to like Crete in the Mediterranean, and they got him so shit-faced he couldn't get up from the table. Drinking whatever local liquor it was they made.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, sometimes when I get hungry, which is bad, I'll watch videos. I just watched one on hash brown patties, you know, like little hamburger patties. Oh, that looked good. That looked good.
My mom would take leftover mashed potatoes, then she would shred fresh potatoes and put them on the outside and make like what's that, knishes or whatever the Jewish folks eat. Oh, those are great.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea, Uncle John.
Yeah, there was something about that. He might have been one of those suicide guys, like Grasshopper. What's his name? Carradine.
Anne Burrell killed herself, and she was one of my cooking style was a lot like hers, and I hated that. I enjoyed her.
Do you know what I really like? We used to have it every Thanksgiving at the in-laws was twice baked potato and a T-bone steak. But twice baked potatoes, there's something about it that's good. You know, you scrape it.
All that ranch in it, butter.
You restuff it and then you put it back and crisp it on the. Oh my gosh! Yeah, I miss that. Yeah, and then a nice steak to go with it.
I certainly, when I was doing my apprenticeship, I came up with a twice baked potato casserole and put it in a French onion soup crock. And we only served it up in the bar. You know, salty, full of cheese, put a little hot sauce in there.
Yeah.
People would eat that, be another beer, another beer, another beer.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why they used to, yeah, that's why they used to serve peanuts, so you'd be thirsty all the time. Or chips. Now they go cheap and just give you chips, I think. I haven't been at a bar forever.
Popcorn or that pretzel mix, you know.
And then the wings are going to be super hot. You know, keep them drinking beer. Yeah, I got to have me some twice baked potatoes. I hope my wife can do it. I can't.
I had something, it was a few months ago. You Southern guys are probably going to cringe. It was turnip greens with cream cheese. It sounds nasty, but oh my God, was it good? There was a dude that was on this keto diet. I'm like, I'll try anything once. And man, I took a bite of those. I was like, I'm making that. Turnip greens and cream cheese.
Well, I hope you win the Powerball, Cranky. We don't have any lottery here in this state. No
Well, it's
lottery.
over $1 billion, isn't it? 1.8 billion. Oh wow. I win 1.8 billion. Put it on the 20-year annuity. I'll be buying full auto everything.
Well, there's so many people that won the lotto, $1 million, 2 million, whatever, and blew it. They just blew it. And it's like, how could you do that? Did you not take half and invest it? Are you an idiot? And they just blew it.
They take the cash payout for 40%. If I spent $1.8 billion over 20 years, go ahead, Steve. Do the math on that. That's almost $200 million a year. 100 and I can live off of that.
I would have a nice car, that's for sure. A couple new guns. But yeah, how do these people blow it? I don't know.
You'd be getting the Sapphire and burning up the online purchases because you're not leaving the house either. Get your bus RV. There you go. Travel like what's his name? The football coach.
Every wins, cats are going. Obedience go. Oh, the flat earther is here. He wants the link.
Hey, Scott.
I could still pay my taxes on $200 million a year, Cranky, and be fit just fine.
Yeah, the amount of interest you would make just in
Yeah.
Helicopter pad to get the hermit off the mountain. He doesn't like to fly, Jag.
Well, I used to fly a lot. I'm just saying that I don't want to fly anymore. I don't trust the bastards. I don't trust those people watching what planes going where up in the sky. No. Don't trust them. I'm a land lover. I'm sticking to it. No ocean, no air. I'm good. Yeah.
Did you get a Scotsman a link?
Yeah, he's here.
There he is.
Yeah.
And what's funny is, Scotsman, Ozark, your boy in the UFC he went off on Flat Earth just yesterday to another fighter, okay? Because he's a flat earther. And yeah, anyway, there you go. He went off yesterday on a guy he wants to fight. Anyway, what's his name? From Arkansas.
Oh, the kid from Cabot.
Yeah.
Howdy, folks. Everyone out there, howdy. Let me say this. I'll start off with this because I want to do this. I don't know if I did this last time or not. I don't fucking remember. I'm too damn tired. It's been a long ass freaking week. It's funny. We have this thing called GPS.
Oh, no.
And I don't know if y'all understand what GPS stands for.
You did bring that up last time.
Last week.
I thought it did. It did.
Yeah, ground positioning.
Yeah.
Global positioning system. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it did. Yeah.
Yeah, Pat was making fun of it. I remember that.
Look, I'm sorry, but someone actually showed me proof of fucking curvature. I ain't seen anyone show proof of any curvature whatsoever. None. Zero.
Oh, yeah. I could see it right here from up here.
You're full of shit.
Oh, I could see it easy. Sun goes up.
Dude, you're blind as fuck.
Anyway, we did that last time. The last couple times.
Yeah.
The earth is round. Anyway, Thug Nasty, he's in the UFC. That's his nickname. What's his name? Damn it. I went brain dead. Anyway.
He's from my hometown.
He started reciting the Bible, boom, boom, boom. Earth is flat. Boom, boom. Here it is in the Bible, Bible, Bible. And everyone thinks he's nuts.
Okay, Michael says, look out the window of a plane. Yeah, I've looked out plenty of windows of planes, and there ain't no curvature, dude. It's flat.
I agree, Creepy. I agree. I'm in the same boat as you. We didn't go to the moon. Nope. That was a big.
We never did.
Yep, that was about making money. That was about making bucks. That's what that was all about.
We never did, and the person that actually made that particular film admitted to that many years ago.
Well, they have a film in Hollywood right now, and I guess it's completed. It has been for quite a while, but the government won't allow them to release it. It has Woody Harrelson in it. And it's all about how they faked the moon landing, and the government is blocking its release right now. Wonder why? I guess they just don't want everybody to get upset and say, "Oh yeah, that's the way they did it," And the next thing you know, everybody's
look. All you gotta go and do is look at history, and history was they were trying to be the first to get there on purpose. There was this huge fight to make it there before anyone else, and magically somehow they pulled it up their ass. Well, they pulled it off their ass.
How do you fly around the earth?
They pulled it off their ass because here comes Hollywood.
How do you fly around the earth?
They almost didn't. They almost didn't. The computer crapped out. They had the best pilot in the world, Armstrong. And the computer crapped out, and he had to do it manual. And down below, they thought they're done. They're done. They're screwed. They're dead. And he landed that sucker.
10 seconds of fuel left. Yeah.
He didn't land
there
shit.
Was no fuel. There was no fuel left.
He didn't land shit. Dude, come on. For Christ's sake, think about it. They tell you that we lost the technology. We fucking magically lost technology to get there. We haven't been there in fucking, almost 70 years? Get the fuck out of here.
Hey,
we have all this magical technology that we have today, but somehow we can't go back to the fucking moon. It's bullshit. Absolute fucking bullshit.
Why did they need the best pilot out there to do it? Because Armstrong, ever since he was a kid, as a matter of fact, a plane went out on him when he was a teenager, and they were amazed that he sucked that plane back and landed alive when he was a teenager. All he wanted to do was fly. Why did they use Armstrong then if it was fake? They could use any goon.
They had to have the best out there so they could sell it. Just like they used one of the best freaking filmmakers out there in Hollywood at the time because they had to sell it.
I don't know. But if they did land, he's a rock star because the computers crapped at the last minute. They're out of fuel. They had to land now. And he somehow made it happen. And they were amazed, the people down below. Anyway.
Hey, look, Cranky's right there with me. Look at Cranky's comment. Cranky's right there with me.
Well, still hadn't answered my question. How do you fly around the world? How do you take a ship around the world?
You ain't going around. You're flying flat and you're sailing flat.
No, any pilot will tell you
Do you
they're
bounce from one side to the other? Use a teleporter when you get to the edge?
Procloder
There's no
is here.
fucking edge. It's literally, it's flat. You're fucking just going right in a straight fucking line.
Procloder is here. Anyway, we covered that also, but
We've talked about this many times. There's no fucking adjusting for any bullshit curvature. They keep lying to your ass. And if you look at the sea and you go in the ocean, you actually go out there and you actually pay attention. There is nothing that is any kind of curvature whatsoever. None.
you can only see so much of the sea before it goes down. It's round.
And why is that? And
Because
don't say curvature because curvature is bullshit. Why is that? It's because your eyes are limited. Your vision is
So
limited.
where does the sun go at night?
it's super simple. If you're out at sea and a ship is in front of you with preferably a mast and sails, it disappears. How could it disappear on a flat sea?
Well, you see, the thing is, the landmass is actually the gravity, okay, that we feel. And when a boat goes out to sea, it gets further and further away from the pole of the gravity that the landmass has. So the boat just keeps going faster and faster and faster, and pretty soon it's the speed of light, and we can't see it anymore. That's where it goes.
Right. Your eyes are limited to what they can see. And they're even with optics, you can have the most powerful optics and your eyes are still limited, period. That's just how it is. Your eyes are limited. So the whole fucking thing of it's so far away that we're now adjusting for the curvature. No, that's bullshit. That's absolute bullshit.
So does Bigfoot stand in front of the sun at night and it goes away? Or?
Well, hold on. So you bring up an excellent point there, Ozark. So
where's the sun go at night?
How is it possible that the sun and the moon can be up at the same time?
Because the moon goes around the earth.
Right, but they're going at different speeds. Supposedly, they're going at different speeds, and we're spinning at a certain speed. And if we're supposedly spinning at one speed, and the other two are spinning at two different speeds, how is it possible they all show up at the same time? That's not possible, dude.
Well, it depends on the time of year.
We don't have enough time to explain physics, so
It's just not possible. It's bullshit. Welcome to the Matrix, folks.
Frankie, that's an extreme. They do that on naval guns.
well,
They do that on naval guns. That's the Coriolis.
it's just a bigot. I'm gonna go get some tea.
Snipers account for drop. They're not accounting for the curvature. They're accounting for drop. There's a big difference.
Jag is trying to stir the pot some more.
Hey, Uncle Jim already admitted that he understands that chemtrails are real.
No, I admit that they did do it in places, yes, because they admitted it. So, but the U.S. won't admit it. But can you trust the UK that says anything? Right now, they're trying to keep their people together right now. They are so screwed right now.
Okay, so let me address Paul's comment. So, Paul, your comment goes based off of GPS as well. It's the exact same kind of software. And what is that? It's ground position and system software. Goes off the same fucking shit. It's not magical fucking satellites millions of fucking miles up in this fucking atmosphere to tell you. No, you're going off of GPS fucking systems. And those are all based off of towers around the fucking flat earth.
Yeah, you're right, Cranky. They're holding, oh my gosh, you should see what kind of demonstrations they have. You know, little kids, all in their black, whatever you call it, hoodie thingies. Is this England? No.
Well, and so so look, here's one of the big things that's happening back home, for example, and when I say back home, I mean the UK in general. One guy got arrested for screaming bacon in a protest. All he literally said was bacon. And he got arrested.
No, there's more than that. They leave the one side alone and pick on the people living there. It's bad. It's bad.
They have no problem with the people living in the fucking hotels and being paid to live in the hotels and being paid to live there and all the rest of it. They have a problem with people going out and protesting and arguing with that being the norm.
Huh. How you doing, Cranky? How you feeling?
No, Hobbies Hobo is not a global position system. It is ground position system. If you go do your research, it is ground position system, and that's because it's all on fucking towers. It's not a fucking global position system. It is a ground position system. And the reason that people lose signal whenever you're driving and you're fucking going and you lose that signal is because you're going up and down throughout hills and this, that, the other, and that straight line dips, and now you end up losing your signal. It is not a global position system. It is a ground positioning system.
I don't know.
How's your back doing, Scotsman?
Number one, thank you for asking, brother. I appreciate that. Number two, I'm doing better, guys. I still have a lot of problems here and there. It all depends kind of what the jobs I'm doing at work throughout the week. I'm looking for more work, trying to find a different job. If any of you guys have something in the works that may work for me, let me know. But yeah, I have to find something else because I cannot keep doing what I'm doing.
Well, you probably could get highly paid for a flat Earth protest. Oh, a propagandist.
Too bad Biden's out of office. You could have gotten a grant.
Hey, I'm probably America's #1 conspiracy theorist, right?
Hey, Scott, I'll take a look through what I got, and I'll send you some links.
All right. Yeah. No, I keep applying and keep looking, and I've had some offers here and there. The issue is they when I get the offers, they're not willing to pay what I have to make. And when you look at today's economy and look at the prices of even just renting an apartment and stuff like that, on top of moving and all the rest of it, it's ridiculous.
You know, Marvin was saying something to the effect of, you know, the $2 million and all that other stuff. You know, I'm going to tell you what, over your career, over your lifetime, you make over $1 million. You know, during your job and all that other stuff, you make over $1 million during your lifetime. It's just that you spend it very little at a time, you know. But everybody who has like a family supporting wage makes about $1 million through their lifetime.
Well, I'm in the construction business and the restoration business, and I learned a lot more long time ago. There's more money in the pen than there is the hammer. So,
No, and I've swung many hammers. I've done a lot of construction stuff over the years. That's how I made it when I first got here to the States.
hard on the body.
If I didn't know anything about woodworking and all that stuff when I got here, I would have been screwed. When I moved to the States, that was the first things I did. I built fences. I put doors in for people. I did windows, all kinds of stuff when I first got here, and that's how I made money to pay for the paperwork and all the rest of it when I came here. But it was tough, man. It was tough, and nowadays. My body's so beat up that, you know, I used to do that for side work too, and have a second job doing that side work. My body's so beat up right now, it's just not possible.
Yeah. You don't see a lot of old framers. You don't see a lot of old flooring guys, a lot of old painters.
No.
You know, the painters, their lungs are shot. You know, the flooring guys, their knees and their wrists are gone.
Well, I was going to say the reason I stopped doing it was because of my knees, man. I kept doing. I was doing so many baseboards and stuff every week. My knees just went to hell in a handbasket, man.
The tile setters down at work, man, that was the number one thing with those guys was their knees. Their knees were always going.
They got carpal tunnel from crawling around on their hands.
Crawling around.
I've had arthritis since I was a kid in my knees. So I think it was around 7 years old I was diagnosed with arthritis in my knees. And then it was about, I think it was 3 or 4 years ago, I started having a lot more pain in my knees. And so I went to see a doctor to see what the hell was going on. And they said basically I had tendonitis going on in my knees as well. And that's from all of the up and down fucking doing baseboard shit. And I'm just like, I got to stop doing this. I can't keep doing this crap.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, man. It's been like
I had young guys shooting the floors.
It's been like almost 3 years now, and within the last 2 months, I don't know, you know that involuntary thing when you wake up in the morning, you give a good stretch, you know, you give yourself a good stretch, you know, when you get up. I haven't been able. My body has not been, hasn't done that for forever, ever since this happened, ever since my surgeries and stuff, and it's just now like about 2 months ago, I started stretching again, having that involuntary thing when I wake up, to stretch, and it feels good. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I'm basically, so I'm not sure how many people know this already, but I stopped doing physical therapy because physical therapy was making it worse. And I've been seeing a massage therapist who specializes in like a half dozen or so different types of massage. And that has been what's been helping the most. And it's not cheap. I see her once every 2 weeks. And that's what's been helping the most. It's literally turned me around to where instead of like physical therapy, I'd be okay for a day or two, and then I'd be right back to hell in a handbasket. And with her, I'm good for a week and a half. And then, depending on the jobs I'm doing at work, I start feeling it. So, and we're trying to figure out different things that I can do to make it better and work through all of that as well. I've been working on rebuilding strengths and stuff as well. So, as that continues, it's getting better. So,
Is yours muscular or bone structure like Cranky's?
it's just a slow process because of, I mean, we've been going on probably a year or so now. So there's a lot of damage to repair, and I've lost a lot of muscle in that time frame, and a lot of strength in that time frame. So it's trying to rebuild that and bring that back up.
Sorry, guys, I was gone. I went to the fridge and I watched the sunset over a flat Earth. It was amazing. Yes.
For the side chat, I tried to comment out there in the side chat, and for whatever reason, it blocked me immediately. So I don't know what the hell's going on.
YouTube doesn't like you anymore.
They don't like me talking about the real flat Earth. So Jag 1 brings up Starlink. So Starlink, Jag, I actually have Starlink, and Starlink works fantastic. And technically, yes, it's supposed to be satellites and this, that, the other. I'm not saying that space don't exist.
Wow.
I'm just telling you that what they tell you is real isn't real.
Patriot Paul is here. Wow, that's a whammy.
Yeah, you didn't hear about that one? 400 something. I didn't know they were from Korea.
Almost 500 people got arrested. Yep.
I didn't realize they were Korean.
For being illegal?
Yep.
Overstay their work visas or just illegal straight up?
Just illegals, period.
Yeah, I don't know about investment in the U.S., though. That's kind of different. They're illegal. Hey, we're the ones that rent the cars, so whoever's wants a piece of it, there you go. Most countries like ride a motorcycle and put like 500 pounds on the back to haul, three-wheelers, all that. Yeah, if you want cars, you got to deal with America. If you want to build cars or sell them.
Hold on. I got to address a comment. Pat's out there. I don't believe in flat Earth, but Mexican girls don't have a flat ass. I've never seen a freaking Mexican girl with a flat ass ever in my life.
Oh, they're skinny. They're skinny ones.
I'm not saying I've not seen skinny. I've seen skinny, but I've never seen one with a flat ass. They all got asses. Pat, you're smoking crack.
Oh, so it's Pat. Okay, it's this one.
Yeah, that one. Pat, you're smoking crack.
They can not do. Mexican girls can have flat asses.
Oh. No, they don't, dude. They don't. I've never seen one with a flat ass.
Some of them got butts big enough you could set a beer on it.
Dude, they got butts big enough you could take fucking 4 of your fucking big ass hands and wrap them around and fucking bust it up and down. They got big fucking asses.
Man, hobbies. Oh, right now, Trump is going ape on Canada. No missiles, no submarines, no this. You don't get that. Man, quit fighting with Trump up there, okay? I know you have no control,
the western third of Canada is trying to leave anyway, so I
Yeah,
think
you got, oh man, you poor Canadians, good Canadians, you poor good Canadians. My gosh, get those.
go Alberta, go Alberta.
I know Alberta. I just saw where Alberta said, "Hey, it's not illegal to have guns anymore." Blah blah blah. So
We're done. They said we're done with you.
yeah, they're done with that shit. So yeah,
Ottawa can kiss their ass.
yeah, just get your like 4 places together and deal with the U.S.
No, Pat. I don't believe in flat ass theory. That's fucking bullshit, fake news.
See,
That's
the world.
fake. What are you, fucking CNN?
The flies circled around their ass.
Fucking Pat.
It's funny that Mike went and brought that up, about it crashing up there. Man, I wish that Washington State would crash. We keep going the way we're going. Yeah, it ain't gonna be long, and we will crash. And you know what? I'm all for it, man. I'm totally done with the way that they run the state.
Well, everything's too expensive up there right now. So.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy money.
You want to entice someone to come downtown and pay the price to live in a suite up there? You got to be filthy rich.
Yeah, I know.
249 for gas here. I don't know what it is in Washington. It's 249 here.
It's probably
the last time I checked, there's a place out there on Bond Road that I went in and I stopped, and they had it for, I think, $3.94 a gallon. That's as low as I've seen it.
That is good with the taxes put upon you. Yeah.
Well, Jim, we both agree. We both agree. We both agree.
Well,
our state lottery is a joke. It is a joke. That money was supposed to go for schools and roads and all kinds of stuff. And that's how they went and voted it in, to have the state lottery. But now none of it goes there. It all goes into the general fund. And that's something that they never touched. They never touched the general fund for anything, but yet we're broke. How can we be broke if we got a general fund? They borrow against the general fund. That's what they do.
Hey, I'd be happy with $4 up there. That's pretty good. We got
pretty decent.
We got gas taxes here that goes to the roads, but at least they work on the roads.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're always
How long
working. Son of a bitch. Road construction. Every time I move here, road construction. But they work on them.
What the fuck are you talking about? You don't go anywhere. You fucking stay right up on that fucking hill. You don't go fucking nowhere.
I was talking about when I was moving back and forth here and had a full load, whether it's in the truck or the van, and hit road construction. You hit Salt Lake City, bam, road construction.
Yeah.
It's like, son of a bitch. I just want to get there.
You can quit your whining, because the longest drive you do is your fucking driveway.
The trash run.
I know. My poor car.
Goes to the post office every once in a while.
My poor car's got old gas in it. Yeah.
Jim, look how long.
Hold on. Let me make a slight correction to that statement. My slight correction will be this: whenever you have to go and do something for the wife, you go and do that for the wife. I will say that. But past that, that's all you do. Other than that, you go down the fucking driveway and back up the driveway.
But that is my choice now. I'm sick of traveling. I've traveled all my life, so
I'm not blaming you one fucking bit, dude.
Yeah, but you got Gunny's 30 minutes up the road.
No, Gunny's is 2 hours.
Is it 2 hours?
Yeah, hour.
I hate fucking driving anywhere. All the people on the fucking roads don't know how to fucking drive.
Jim, just remember how long they've been working on that section of road there where the Nally Valley is over there in Tacoma. Look at how long they've been building that. That has been going on for what, 50 years? That's been going on forever.
Hey, I
That is
heard they
nuts.
got under. John told me they got the tunnel under the viaduct done years ago, and I was like, really? Wow. Who did
Yeah.
they hire for that? So there's a tunnel under the viaduct now, right?
Yes.
That's where Ozark was. I don't. Is the viaduct still up there? Or did they tear it down?
They tore it down. It's done.
Okay, so
Down along the water.
the viaduct. All right.
The viaduct that when you pull in on the ferry and you're looking right at the viaduct in front of all the buildings and stuff, that's all torn down. That's gone. That's all gone.
Okay. Ozark never got to see the viaduct. It's Ozark. It's a 2-story freeway type deal, and they did a tunnel.
It's a concrete tunnel, right? It's not dug through the mountain tunnel, right?
So
We were on that a little bit headed north.
well, it was right where you were staying. I mean, everything that you saw out there. You remember the Ferris wheel out there and shit they put up there. Anyway, the market. Anyway, the viaduct goes to the stadium and all that. It used to. Now they have a tunnel. I was amazed they got that done. They must have hired good contractors. And it's I can't even imagine seeing Seattle without the viaduct now. So that's weird.
Yeah, that's all gone. Yeah, that's all gone.
You're talking about the tunnel with all the spray paint all over the place, and it's a concrete tunnel. It's not dug through the mountain, right? It's like
No,
the
this one
highway.
is actually dug. This is actually dug down below, and it goes underneath the waterfront.
No, we
It
didn't.
goes
No,
waterfront. There's a tunnel there that they just built, and that goes into I-5.
Yeah, okay. You have the ocean, and where you stayed between the ocean and the building to be the viaduct there.
Yeah,
That was-
and there used to be the viaduct there, and they tore that down when they built the tunnel.
Yeah, it probably looks way better now. So
we walked
Yeah.
on all the glass bricks in the old part of town where they literally built the new town on top of the old town.
yeah, underground.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they put glass bricks in the sidewalk to let light through.
Huh. You guys are just giving me crap for not.
Uncle John Law didn't.
Man, I don't like to travel anymore. All the moves I made here and back, I'm done. I'm done. 16-hour drives. I've done it straight. I'm done. I'm sick of flying. I've been on a million airplanes, sick of flying. I'm done. You're cattle. You have to go through security. You got to do this. First class is awesome, by the way, but you're still cattle. Anyway, if you fly a lot, get a credit card that gives you points so you can get first class all the time. That's my advice, like Alaska card or whatever planes you use. And stay away from the cheap budget planes, the ones that have all the people that get kicked off the plane, the protest. Usually, you know who I'm talking about. Stay off of those. The really cheap planes, yeah.
I was talking to Marvin earlier, and if he ever comes up here to Seattle again, I just go ahead and drive over there, pick him and his wife up in my car, and we'll just go up to Leavenworth for the day, and maybe spend a night there, and then head back the next day. That'd be a good little trip. Go up there to the Cascades, go up on Highway 2, go up Stevens Path, go through Index, go through Gold Bar.
I'd love to see the countryside there in Western
Yeah,
Well,
you want to go,
Washington.
you want to go over the
Let's
passes.
do it. When if you guys want to come back up here someday, and you want to do that, just let me know, and I'll jump in the car, and we'll just take my car. We'll just go on up there, and
We're going to do that. It's going to be in the wintertime, and we're going to fly up
Okay.
to Seattle, and then we're going to take the Amtrak to Chicago, go through the Rockies in the wintertime.
You're not
Okay.
going to Chicago. Oh my gosh.
Well, we'll probably get off in like Minneapolis or something because there's not what's there to see between Minneapolis and Chicago? Nothing.
yeah, you'll go through the Cascades, and you'll go through the Cascades, and then you'll go through the Rockies. That'd be a pretty good trip.
See all that in the wintertime. It's got to be gorgeous.
Yeah, the passes are nice though. You didn't get to see the real Washington State, rainforest passes, Eastern Washington, really awesome.
Yeah, Eastern Washington's cool. You go over there on the Columbia River, where the Snake River is, and man, it's a whole different Washington.
It's like a
Completely
desert
different.
over there. Yeah.
Oh, poor Pat. Pay more gas than Canadians, and they don't even get King Charles. Not fair. Son of a bitch.
I got a friend who wants me to go out to frickin' California, and I looked at the prices of flying out there, and I'm just like, holy shit, man.
No.
And then I got to rent a car, and I got to get a hotel and all the rest of it. It's like, dude, I don't think so.
Yeah,
Because I'm not, I prefer to drive, but that's almost a 20-hour drive, and I'm not fucking driving 20 hours.
Yeah, when I was there, everything was cheaper, but we hit the wrong town. It was scary. We stopped at the wrong town. Yeah,
we flew into Burbank, and that's a tiny airport, like 4 gates, period. And they shoved the steps up to the airplane. There are no gates. There's one belt for your suitcases. It's a tiny airport.
Where was this?
Burbank is where we flew into.
Yeah,
Because
actually,
where we were staying in Pasadena was going to be, well over an hour drive from LAX. So we flew into Burbank, and Burbank wasn't bad to fly into. It was a lot cheaper than LAX.
So you actually walk,
line.
huh? You actually, you go down the little ladder, and you're actually on the runway, basically.
We flew in on like a 737, so they had to push this zigzag ramp up to it. Took like 4 guys, couldn't figure it out. Then comes this big old dude that's just like cut, and he picks it up and he does it by himself, and he's like, "Now you bitches, open the door." Yeah.
Well,
It was hilarious watching him do that.
that's how it used to be. Yeah, when you smoked on planes, that's how it used to be. A lot of times you boarded on a ladder, you walk up the thing, just like D.B. Cooper. He walked up the rear, and then you walk up the sides. I remember that.
I remember getting on old DC-8, where you climbed up the steps in the rear of the plane.
Mm-hmm.
I was a kid when that happened. Last time I was on a plane that smoked was my honeymoon. Flew to Jamaica, and still had the ashtrays in the dill. So that was 94, 5. So yeah, that's the last time I saw cigarettes on a plane. Because we boarded the plane in Jamaica and it wasn't turned on. It wasn't hooked up to anything. It was fucking hot, and people were in there smoking.
Yeah, usually smoking.
Women were going down to their bras because they're like, "I've been in a bikini all week. Who cares?" It was stifling on that plane, and then we'd all been on the plane probably 25 minutes when they finally fired up the whatever the little mini jet in the tail. And it's just like, oh, thank God we got some airflow in here.
Yeah, usually it was the back half of the plane, but all the air circulated everywhere. So it's a joke. Yeah. And what was funny is when I went to Barbados, we went off the big plane from Florida, and we got on this little scary ass, I don't know how many people, 30, 40 people, and scary, bumpy plane ride. And then they cross a certain section and it's tariff free. So they start bringing out like these big bottles of whiskey and stuff. Like, do you want some tariff free booze? And they're going, shaking everyone down in the, all the passengers, shaking them down, trying to sell them all kinds of crap. It was hilarious.
We flew into Montego Bay on the north side of Jamaica, and the plane literally flies down the beach and does a hard bank 180 to burn off speed and just immediately lands. I guess the runway's that short. But you get to the end of the runway, and here's all these airplanes. They've just bulldozed off into the woods. I was like, that does not give me any confidence down here. You could tell bulldozers had just shoved them off to the side. Oh, they broke down, never fixed them. Get it the hell out of the way.
You know, flying into Adak, Alaska was like that. Is exactly what you're saying. You know, all of a sudden, next thing you know, the whole plane is like, you know, up banking it, you know, and they're doing a turn at the same time. And when they come down on the runway there at Adak, it's just really, it's a real short runway. And I mean, you just, that's it. You're there. I mean, it's scary, man. They warn you too. They warn you on the airplane. They say, this is a very abrupt landing we're going to be doing. So, you know, be prepared. Next thing you know, everybody's like on their side, you know.
That was amazing. Also, we were like looking down at the water.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly it. Yeah. And to the bank, and the next thing you know, man, they just dropped that big old prick right on the freaking runway. Wham! That was it. We were like, holy shit. Yeah. Adak, man.
The tightest turn I've ever taken in a jet airplane was in Jamaica.
Yeah, there's nothing at Adak, man. You go out there on the runway and you look, and it's just nothing but rocks and tundra. That's all it is. And you know, of course, the base and everything like that. It's Coast Guard now. Coast Guard's got it, but they had a Navy base there for a while, and yeah, I flew up there twice. The second time I went up there, when we came back, I was like, "Don't ever send me to that place ever again." Terrible. Yeah.
Okay. Ozark, how was the taxi drivers in Jamaica? Because the Caribbean, they were scary as hell.
I only got off the resort once, and we went about 3 miles down the beach to some little hole in the wall place that
all right.
They recommended. And yeah, we had grilled lobster and conch, salad, and, you know, beers. It's like Mexico, don't drink anything with ice in it. And I don't know, it was like $23, and we had like a lobster and a half each for, you know, so basically 3 lobsters for $23.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
You didn't get to enjoy the cab drivers, so okay.
No. Now down in Cancun, cab drivers, it's WFO or stop. There's nothing in between. I mean, wide freaking opener.
Yeah.
They'll scare you down in Cancun.
Well, yeah, the ones in the Caribbean, especially if you're bar hopping and they're going from one end of the island to the other. We're talking dirt roads. They drive on the wrong side, and they'll honk before a corner because someone's coming straight on. You know what I mean? Scarier than hell. And one time I woke up, I was in the back seat, and I wake up, and I forgot they drive on the wrong side. And the one girl is like looking this way. I'm like, look at the road, look at the road. I thought she was driving. And the whole time she's talking to the other person up front. And so I thought she's driving. And I'm like, son of a bitch, look at the road. A corner's coming. And then they honk at the corner. Anyway, almost gave me a heart attack.
Yeah, in Jamaica, you learn what third world's all about. I'm talking about tin and cardboard shacks. You're driving by them the whole way to the resort. But we stayed at Sandals and the Grill on the very western tip of the island, and Club Hedonism was right next door to us. Man, you're talking about a place that stayed up all night and partied. It's like, where are my binoculars? Because there's titties everywhere.
Oh, I got to read that before I quote it. Oh, damn it. First class ticket. It sucked. It was less than 2-hour flight.
They don't feed you if it's less than 3.
Yeah, I don't mind the short hop versus the 16-hour drive.
The airport I hate is Charlotte. It is so hodgepodge put together. and none of the terminals are big enough. You know, there might be 200 people on a plane. There's like 50 seats. So everybody's standing around. It is just a logistical nightmare in Charlotte.
Yeah, I like the airport up here. They got a smoking lounge and bars right next to it, and then you hop on your plane. All after the security check. So you're all comfy. You can have some drinks, you can smoke, and get on the plane.
The smoking lounges in airports crack me up because people will literally, it's like you're like fishing in an aquarium because there's people like, look, people are smoking that thing.
The zoo window, I just turned my back. Once in a while, just give them the finger. Hey, there you go. Enjoy. I love that. That's better than having a nicotine fit for 4 hours or 5 hours.
Get you a patch.
Yep. No more planes for me. No more traveling. I'm done. Fork in me. I'm done. I don't find sightseeing or anything fun anymore. You know, I got plenty to sightsee here in this state, and I'll drive for
Dude,
that.
I had a blast in Tampa. It wasn't go like our trip to the West Coast. You know, we go to the beach one day. All right, we went fishing the next. Yeah, go to the beach one day, the next day. We went diving for scallops. That was a blast. We got, probably between 6 and 7 dozen.
Huh. Wow.
And the water's 4 or 5 feet deep. And we had those little crab nets. They're kind of like a butterfly net about that big. And you just scoop them right up. Tasty little buggers, bay scallops.
Yeah, I like vacations where nothing's planned, like you don't have a damn schedule. Just whatever you feel like doing, do.
I don't like Denver's airport because it's one terminal. It's like a mile long. So you could have a gate change and it'd be 40 gates away. Straight shot.
Yeah, I just don't like being herded with people anymore. You know, you go to games and stuff, you're herded. Concerts, you're herded. I just don't like that anymore. I think I've gone hermit, and I don't like being around a lot of people anymore. Which was fine when I was younger, but now, no.
Flight delays are getting so much worse than they used to be. Used to, if you had like an hour layover, you were fine. Now we at least do a 2 hour, and it saved our ass twice on this past trip because, you know, you're 45 minutes late taking off or 30 minutes late taking off. There were people on our plane that missed their connecting flights because we were 45 minutes late. So, yeah, we do at least a 2 hour layover when we have one now. The crazy part, when we flew from Sarasota to Charlotte, it was the exact same plane that was coming back to Northwest Arkansas, but we had to get off the plane and reboard, even though it was the same exact plane and we were in the same exact seats. They don't let you stay on the plane anymore.
Hey, Jim, I'm going to go ahead and roll out. I've been on for an hour and a half, 2.5 hours. So I'll see you guys later. Okay.
Okay. Take care.
We'll
All right.
Dave.
Yeah. See you guys later. I'll hang out in the side chat a bit.
Good seeing you, man.
Yeah, we probably won't be long anyway. All right. Good night, Doris.
What are you talking about? You said this last time, and you were on for like almost fucking 8.5 fucking hours.
And then it was alone dying, and Tin Man comes on and saved my ass. Yeah, I was rambling for 20 minutes.
Yeah, Tin Man showed up, and then someone else showed up after that, didn't they?
And Tin Man was like, that poor bastard. You know, it was like
There's Rollins.
euthanization or something. Yes.
There's Rollis. Hey, Rollis, what's up, man?
Hey, just sitting here making ammo.
Well, you got it.
Crystal River, Rollins. So.
What's
Are
that?
Are you reloading from the bed? You got a bed behind you.
No, I'm done now. I'm in the computer room now.
Oh, okay.
I've been, and everybody else has shown off their 357 Magnum, so there's mine.
There you go.
Yep.
There you
Wait.
go. I got as far north as Crystal River.
When you were shooting that bullet there, Rollis, were you accounting for the curvature of the Earth?
Yes. Actually, since it's only a 357 Magnum, probably the maximum range is half a mile. You don't have to worry about Coriolis
Oh, we don't have to worry about that, huh?
or the curvature. Plus, we're I'm
Spin
from,
drift isn't an issue.
yeah. So,
Well, you're bald like me, so you do have to worry about that.
yeah. Actually, I shaved up real nice yesterday.
You gotta think about all these different factors that come into play when you're bald. So
Now, what's that?
you gotta think about all the different factors that come into play when you're bald.
Yeah. Well, like I said, shaving my head's easy. Doing my balls is I got a special trimmer for that.
You still get a sunburn with a trucker's hat, but your boxers are going to keep you safe.
Yeah, that's right, hubbies. Flying used to be fun. Put back a few drinks, have a smoke. You're all comfy.
Oh, I still put back drinks. We generally upgrade to first class because it's not that big of a jump anymore. It was $81 to upgrade to first class going to Florida.
It's well worth it.
And I drink $81 worth of booze.
Well worth it. You know, I told this before. It was 10 a.m. and they said, "You want something to drink?" I said, "Is it okay to have a screwdriver?" And she said, "Yeah." Boom! Right before anyone, before all the
Bloody Mary, buddy. That's my morning drink on the airplane.
Yeah. So had a little brekkie right off the bat. So first class is all the way.
American Airlines serves Woodford, and Delta serves Buffalo Trace.
We're talking the old days, yeah.
I've never been able to do Bloody Marys, man. I tried one when I first moved to the States, and I almost fucking spewed.
You don't like tomato juice?
It was just horrible, dude. It was disgusting. I literally, I don't even think I got 2 sips down, and I was ready to fucking hurl.
Worcestershire, celery salt.
It was absolutely fucking disgusting.
Pinch of horseradish.
Yeah, you gotta have the celery stick sticking out too.
Yeah.
I either want liquor or I don't. Yeah, or else I don't want liquor. I might use. Yeah, I used to put a little bit of pop in mine.
Well, how did you get out
But
In Mexico, they put a little clam juice in.
If I'm drinking liquor, it's usually straight. There's nothing else mixed with it. I'm not a big mixed drink guy.
yeah, like I said, I'll put a little bit. Yeah, back when I drank, I would put a little bit. Sometimes I'd put a little bit of Coke in it, but usually I just either other than a little bit of ice, that's about it. I want my bourbon to taste like bourbon. I want my bacon to taste like bacon, and I want my women to taste like women. So,
Bourbon and water. That's bourbon, water, Scotch and water, and not a lot of water.
mhm.
Tequila shots for the win. Oh yeah.
Oh hell no.
Oh yeah.
I gave shots up a long time ago, probably my 25th birthday.
I gave him up a long time, but before that, holy fuck, man! Yeah, no, I've had tequila twice in my life. The first time really was a bad time, and the second time it wasn't too bad. but I've never really drank it ever since. I will not touch this stuff. I absolutely fucking hate it. It's disgusting.
Well, Rollis, there's no way I could shave my head. Uglier than hell. It would be so ugly. Someone would have to pay me a lot of money to shave my head because of the ugliness that's under the hair.
Look. There's only so many people that can pull off being bald, and you're not one of them.
No, I'm not.
Even if you went bald, you'd have to wear a wig.
Well,
Yeah.
he wears wigs anyway, so that he might wear a wig right now.
He's already got the wigs because he knows he's going to end up going bald at some point. He's already got the wigs. He's already prepped and ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, no, it'd be ugly. I got a 7-iron gash in one side of my head. I got a flat spot back here, and who knows what. I might do it just to see. I don't go anywhere, right?
Well, Halloween's coming up.
There's probably large skillet mark in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a hell of a divot right here. You can see the
being bald takes a certain charisma, and I don't. I'm not saying you ain't got charisma, but you ain't got that charisma.
I ain't got the bald head charisma. I guarantee you that. I agree 100%.
You know, it's funny. I think it was it last week? I think it was last week. One of the guys at work was saying something to me, and he's like, I don't know how you pull it off, man. I could never be bald. And I'm like, dude, I've been bald for like fucking 20 plus years.
Yeah, I started losing my hair when I was a teenager, so it was just why fight the inevitable.
Well,
Yeah, my receding hairline started about 20 freaking years ago, maybe even longer than that. I've literally shaved my head since I was about 14 years old.
Yeah,
Right.
I was probably in my early 20s, but yeah.
Rollis, was your grandfather on your mother's side bald?
As far as I know, all the men on mom's side were bald. So,
Okay.
or yeah, at least had a lot of missing hair.
That's
Dad,
what it usually comes from. Yeah.
yeah, and dad was bald also, and he tried to do the 6 hairs over. And it's like,
Yeah.
You'll come over.
yeah,
Okay. If you watch,
and this is another reason why I say, and you know, I say it as a joke, but it may not be a joke. But this is another reason why I say my mother probably slept with a postman, is because my supposed father still has a full head of hair. It's just not fucking possible, dude.
well, it's
It's not fucking possible.
it's usually your grandfather on your mother's side that gets it, that gives it to
I
you.
thought it was the mother's genes that passed the ball.
But what I find funny, because I watch a lot of 70s movies and stuff, the worst thing for a bald guy is leaving the hair on the side and long, right? And then it's bald, and then they have a little comb over with 4 hairs. It's the worst look ever. And all the 70s movies have a guy like that, detectives, whatever. It's bad. It's bad, bad, bad. You might as well just shave it all.
And like for me, I've got a small, tiny patch, probably, I don't know, about an inch and a half right at the front that grows.
right.
And then I got probably another fucking,
I thought you were going to say something else.
I probably got about a 4-inch difference between that patch and then where the rest of the hair starts. So you got this huge fucking gap. And it's just, you know, the receding hairline is so fucking bad. I've been shaving it off, like I said, for well over 20 fucking plus years.
Hey, chessboard. Actually, what I could do is take all my back hair and just flip it up over and do it like that. But
The bald man mullet, where it's long and
Just watch 70s movies. They all have a guy in there. It's hideous. Just
Wearing
shame.
a leather blazer and a turtleneck.
See, I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I have no problem growing hair anywhere else. It's just on the top of my head.
I have more hair coming out of my ears than I do off the top of my head.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, dude. It's no joke. Seriously, it's no joke. I got more hair on my hands than I have on my head.
Well, I've been blessed, so I can't fuss.
Yeah, me too. My grandfather on my mother's side, he died with a full head of hair.
My grandmother on my dad's side didn't have 40 gray hairs in her head, and she didn't dye her hair. She died in her 80s. Well, I haven't proven that wrong.
Well, that's like Susan. She doesn't have very much gray, and she's 55. So, her hair wise, she's holding on pretty good, color wise.
See, it's weird. So I supposedly have two brothers, both older. I only say I have one because the other one's a fucking waste of space. But supposedly the oldest one, he's bald in two to a certain degree, but he has like the circular patch in the back of the head.
Okay, you can spray that though. You can spray that.
But my other brother, my actual brother, the one that I consider my actual brother, he doesn't bald at all. He's got a full head of hair.
Yeah. Well, the little patch, they came out with a spray. You can spray that, and it covers.
No, it's not a little patch. It's a big patch. But yeah, the middle one, my actual brother, yeah, he doesn't have any hair loss, man. I've been losing hair since I was a kid. But I can grow a beard like no one else's business.
Right. Yep.
Three-quarter head of hair.
Mine's gotten where she doesn't want me to trim my beard any shorter than this. So I'm like, all right, it's easier to take curl of it. I got so much curl in my beard. I look like Santa Claus if I grew it like Scotsman.
Well, Thorzak said I should grow a beard, and it took all these years. Maybe I could pull one off now. I can see when I don't shave for 4 days, hey, I might be able to grow a beard. The problem is it's all white. So stay tuned for the Christmas chat. You won't see me in videos for 2 months before then, but you might see Santa Uncle Jim.
No shave November. Yeah.
And believe me, I look like Santa. If I don't shave for a week, I'm like, I could probably pull this off now. And it's taken me all these years. I could never get anything here. Engine blood.
You know what we're gonna see come Christmas? We're gonna see him show up on camera, fucking with a painted green face, being the fucking Grinch.
Works for me.
I already did that, I think.
No, but you're gonna show up with a fucking natural beard.
Oh, the old Grinch.
I'll try the Santa beard. I'll try it. It's not going to be long. It's just going to be like this everywhere. It's shorter than Ozarks.
I can't do a mustache like Pat. It starts touching my bottom lip. That drives me nuts.
I know.
I can't do it.
I know.
Even if I don't shave, about every 2 weeks, I have to hit my mustache and get it trimmed back, like you said. It just becomes
once a week, I trim my mustache, and it's about 1/4 of an inch is what it'll grow in a week. My beard grows fast.
I used to trim the stash, but I got so tired of trimming the stash. I haven't trimmed it in a long time now. I got so fucking tired of it, dude. Like literally, it was probably 2 or 3 times a week I had to trim it. So I just got sick and tired of it. I just left it alone.
No, but I wanted to mention Hobbies doesn't trim his mustache. And I'm like, that would drive me crazy because I can't, like Ozark, I can't have it over my lips. I can't. I just can't.
I don't know. It hangs way over my top lip, and it's
Yeah, I can't do it. I got a nice trimmer. I go zip, 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 and then if you need it thin, you put the attachment and voo, 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 and I'm done. A foof.
I could do the handlebars.
Oh,
I tried that a couple times, never worked out well.
mine's long enough. I could do handlebars if I really wanted to, but I don't really want to do that.
okay. Rollis was talking about ear hair. I know what you mean. What the hell? I can't grow a beard, and my ears are just like I could have 2 of these fuzzballs hanging off my ears if I didn't take care of that. Yeah.
Yeah. What's the worst is when you get one that goes down your ear canal, it goes nice and long, and your
Like your nose hair.
Yeah.
Speaking of ears, I got my hearing aids this week.
So
So yeah, I finally gave it up and got the hearing aids. I was at that conference up in Canton, and there was some dude across the table, and I'm like, what? Huh? I can't hear what you're saying. And so, yeah, gave it up. My high end.
I'm curious about that. Do you get any weird after noise or anything wearing those?
They don't have all that. They don't have that mess with them anymore. It's those little ones that sit on top, and the tube runs down inside.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it doesn't weigh even I don't know, not even a quarter of an ounce. So it doesn't weigh anything. And it helps with the tinnitus too. That's the big thing with me.
Yeah, I wondered about that because the older hearing aids would ring and do weird stuff.
Oh yeah.
You got to hit a button and yeah.
These are Bluetooth. You talk your phone. They're like earbuds. You can play music. I talk on my phone with them. But yeah, you can do this. You lay your head on a pillow and they don't whistle. So they fixed all that.
Okay.
And as your hearing changes, they can reprogram them because it was the high pitched stuff that I couldn't hear. And my left ear was way worse than my right ear. I've been popped a couple times with a shotgun in my left ear.
Mm. Yeah.
It's funny. Y'all remember what was it? Yeah, 7 or 8 years ago, I went and I shot the 50 BMG with no ears. It's funny. I've worked for this company now, where I'm at now, for the last 7 years, and every year I take a hearing test, and they say my hearing is absolutely fucking fine. I'm like, how? I know I have issues hearing up my left side, but y'all keep telling me my hearing is absolutely perfect. It ain't perfect, but every single year they tell me it's perfect.
Yeah, I'll get ringing in 1 or 2 ears every now and then, probably from forgetting to put my ears on because it's not suppressed. Mm.
The weird part of the hearing test that I took was when they test your inner ear. They put the microphone on that little bump behind your ear, and you can hear just fine. You just can't tell where it's coming from. That was weird.
Wow.
So like with my left ear,
In this ear, it sounds like it's over there.
it's mostly the left ear, but every now and then I'll get it where it's kind of like, almost like you feel air in your ear, if that makes sense. Like it's got a little bit of just a little bit of something just kind of sitting there. And so when someone says something, it kind of comes off to you as just a little bit muffled.
I got tinnitus in both ears. My left ear is worse. If you're a right-handed shooter, your left ear takes more compression. And she told me that if you're left-handed, it'll be your other ear if you shoot a lot. But
yeah, I'm right-handed, so that would make sense.
She was like, "You might want to get one of those silencer thingies." I was like, "I got 3." So, good for you. So,
Yeah, but the problem with those, I found that you forget to put hearing protection when you got a loud gun because you're always used to shoot and suppress. And it's like, oh, geez. Yeah.
I'm pretty sensitive about it with my ringing in my ears. Duck hunting one time, a guy swung and shot maybe 8 inches from my head, blasted that ear. And then we were in Kansas, we were Canada goose hunting. And this coyote ran across the field, and this dumbass to my left jumped up and shot literally across my face, about a foot off my ear with a 3.5-inch Magnum. And yeah, he got F-bombed about 40 times on that one. And ever since then, my ringing in my left ear has been way worse.
Yeah. Luckily, so far, if I just do this, the ringing goes away. I'll get it now and then.
I'm well beyond that.
Oh,
It's called, as shooting a 22 pistol as a kid, probably 40,000 rounds to a 22 pistol as a kid. I swear we probably shot the rifling out of a Ruger Mark II I grew up shooting.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
We had that and a Benjamin 22, and we had a little Remington rifle 22, little Benjamin bolt action.
Mm.
But the thieves got all those. Our house got broken into.
Mm.
My dad had 3 Winchester Model 12s, 20, a 16, and a 12 gauge, and they were all the same serial number except for the first digit.
Wow.
So the thieves got those. That was a collector's deal that he got given to him at the bank.
And they never showed up again anywhere, like a pawn shop or anything?
They arrested the people, or one ratted out the other 3 or 4 years later.
Uh-huh.
And they ran the guns to Texas and then sold them in Mexico.
Oh, jeez.
Because that's how they remembered our house, because they cased out our house, and one of them jumped the gun on the other. And that's why the one ratted the other out whenever they got busted.
Miss Kitty's back. Hey, Miss Kitty.
Yeah, those folks knew what they were doing. Whenever they would go into a bedroom, they'd just throw everything in from that room on a bed, and they'd roll it up in the bedspread and carry it out of the room that way. They even took free food out of the freezer and the pantry and everything.
Wow. I can't stand thieves. Can't stand them. Costanza. So, yeah, that sucks. You feel violated too when you get robbed. Yeah. It's a weird feeling. Yeah.
My mom had a hidden Lazy Susan in the kitchen, and that's where she kept her jewelry, and they didn't find that.
Hidden is always good. Yeah. Hide the good stuff.
It was a blind corner in the cabinet. The Lazy Susan went all the way around, so you opened one of them up, and you had to reach in and pull the other one out, and that's where she kept all her jewelry, and they didn't find anything. That and her silverware and stuff like that.
Enforcing ear protection. Yeah, there's a lot of vets that have bad ears, especially the World War II vets. Oh my God. All of them had hearing aids. Being next to a 50 or whatever, M1, stuff like that.
Yeah, my dad was in a heavy armor division, tanks and artillery.
Yeah.
They all just yelled at each other.
Yeah, and if they're lucky, they do this when it goes, and then reload.
Yeah, keep your mouths open to keep their eardrums from rupturing.
Yeah, it's like, why not use some ear protection? Yeah. Crazy. Now they can do the automatic stuff, you know. A lot of them use cans now, so in the military,
Mhm.
it helps.
What's cool about these hearing aids, I can use them like game ears when I'm hunting. 'Cause you can adjust them, turn them up.
Turn them up. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Well, they have the hearing protection ones where you can turn them up for hunting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hearing
And it's good that, and I'm not sure what year they came out, but you have the customizable ones where you can mold them to your ears. And that's what I use for work because I can't do the regular old foamies. I can't twist them up and put them in my ears. They don't sit right in my ears. So I have to use a customizable one. And I've been using those for probably the last 10 years. But I'm not sure when they came out with those. But yeah, the custom moldable ones, they're the way to go if you can do it. They're not expensive either. There's different versions out there. There are some that are pretty expensive, but there are some that are way more affordable as well. Like the ones I use, I believe they're around 25 to 30.
Yeah.
There's just got a little plug that's got holes in it so it doesn't jam up your ear.
You'll get about 2 to 3 years of use out of them, depending on what kind of environment you're in.
Yeah, I've probably had more construction ear damage than anything else.
Freaking nail guns, yeah.
Not nail guns. We're talking thump, 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 jackhammer, all kinds of weird, loud noises. You know, but whenever I could, I'd wear earplugs. You know, if I'm going to be in a loud shithole like that, I'll put on the earplugs. But you get all kinds of construction noise. You just can't avoid it.
That's why I like the Milwaukee nail guns and stuff now. They're so much quieter than an air compressor gun. It's like a 22 short every time you fire that thing, and it's right by your face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when I first got done with college and went to go work for an upholsterer, we used air compressors and we were doing staplers and all that, and even just with the staplers, they were so fucking loud. But even back then, we didn't have any kind of hearing protection. You just went to work and did what you had to do. You know, it was stupid loud.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know, ears and eyes, you only get them once. And I always talk to my son, eyes. Put your eyes on. Put your eyes in the garage. Nagging. Because you'll never get them back. Okay?
You know, one of the things that I see that kind of pisses me off a little bit, and I try to keep my mouth shut as much as I can, but you know, there's a lot of folks out here in our community who are out there who make videos as well, and they'll have their kids out there, or they'll have someone brand new out there, and they don't have fucking eyes on, or they don't have fucking ears on, and I'm sitting there biting my fucking tongue like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? You're out here advocating for our rights, you're advocating for this, that, the other, but now you're teaching someone the entirely wrong fucking way.
One of the worst eye injuries I've seen on the construction site was a sheetrock guy. You know, they use those little zip guns, and there's little flakes of. You will get splinters in your fingers. Handle sheetrock screws, and he had one, you know, that high-speed deal, and boom, right. Wow, really blood coming out of his eyes like tears, and it went all the way inside the eye. He ended up having major eye surgery, get that little splinter of metal out.
And all it took was clear or yellow glasses. Yellow, you can even see better.
Prime example is Daniel. Daniel, I think it was about a year ago or 2 years ago, got his first optic on a gun and was out shooting. And that thing flew off the fucking slide, smacked him right in the fucking face, and it hit him right in the glasses. And if he didn't have his glasses on, it would have fucking took his eye out.
Yeah.
You're going to shoot suppress all the gas back in your face.
Yeah. So he had a red dot, a screw broke. It happens.
So the company that mounted it didn't mount it correctly.
Okay.
And he didn't even get through an entire magazine, and that thing flew off.
Mm-hmm.
And it flew straight back. And luckily, he had his glasses on, and it hit him almost dead center in the middle of the glasses, and snapped him in half.
Wow. Yeah. That's bad. Yeah.
Towel setters all the time. They'll have blood running down their face because they've either nipped or used what's it called, where they score it and break it. And, they'll just have a little trickle of blood running down their face where just a little flake of towel got all the time.
Or just having the grinder out on a little metal. I'm only doing this for 5 seconds. Put the damn glasses on.
Mm-hmm. Wire brushes are the worst.
I say that all the time. I don't care what you're doing out there. Glasses.
Once you get something in your eye, it's all over, man.
Yeah, I cut my cornea in a car wreck.
Especially with working with timber or working with metal, one little speck, one little fiber gets in your eye. That's it. It's all over with.
Yep. I had a sliver in my eye. I forget how I got it. And it kept bugging me. So after 2 days, I went to the optometrist, whatever. And he put some drops in my eyes. I swear it was like, anyway. He took the thing out and he said, okay, you got to ride home, right? Because you can't drive. I went home on a motorcycle. I said, yeah, I got to ride. And I drove my motorcycle home. And it was the freakiest thing, driving a motorcycle with one eye. I had a patch on my eye, and man, that's freaky. Try driving a motorcycle.
I've had to drive the truck with one eye before as well.
Oh, a motorcycle's freaky in traffic, and I was like, son of a bitch, you can't see the left mirror.
Get you a dragonfly in the eye. That'll be, yeah, I had a buddy do that. He had opened his visor up. I mean, it gave him a shiner. He just blinked at the right second, but man, it gave him a shiner like you wouldn't believe.
But the weird thing is, the guy said the eye drops I'm giving you is kind of like cocaine. I'm like, what? It freezes your eye or whatever. And I'm like, what? You're dropping me? I didn't get that. That's what he told me. Anyway, I limped home, and I'm glad I got home. That was scary driving with one eye. On a motorcycle.
Do absolutely everything you can and protect your eyes, protect your ears. I teach people all the time, and every time I'm teaching someone, the first thing I do is try to explain to them, make sure you got your eyes, make sure you got your ears, and then walk them through whatever else I got to walk them through. But that's the first thing, is trying to get them to understand, hey, shit happens, man. Like when I was in Iowa back in, what was that? 2 months ago, I think it was, about 2 months ago. I was out there shooting, and a piece of brass came flying back and landed on the top edge of my sunglasses right above my left eye. And I got a mark right there. It only sat there for about a second, but it sat there a second long enough that it burned my fucking face, and I got that mark sitting right there. And if I didn't have glasses on, it could have been right in my eyeball.
Yeah. No matter how small the job is, that's where it happens. I only got 2 seconds to grind this thing or whatever. Just put the glasses on in the garage. Just do it. Just do it. It doesn't take any, and you can use magnified glasses. That's what I use all the time, reading glasses. It helps. When I'm priming brass, I got glasses on. I don't know about you guys. I got glasses on. Priming brass. Do you guys admit it right now? Everyone in the side chat, admit it. Do you have glasses or no when you prime? You better have glasses on.
These are those fracture proof or whatever lenses. So,
Well, anything's going to help. You know,
mhm.
if you're priming brass, you better have freaking glasses on. I'll admit that I squinted sometimes because I didn't want to just roll the chair over 3 feet, and I had
So
3
you squint.
and I would squint and squint and squint, but that's about it.
Same way when people are tack welding, they'll.
Yep. And look to the side, close your eyes.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's okay as long as you remember to close your eyes. Half of those guys are half blind when the sun comes out on them because they did that for years.
Mhm.
Jag is pleading the fifth.
I've had a primer go off on me once. I was
Well,
hand priming.
Yeah, I've never had one go off on the press, but I've done some squints, but I still will take the time to roll the chair over 3 feet to grab the glasses.
I've never had one go off on the press. I had one go off hand prime, and I was using the Hornady hand primer, and I switched to the RCBS after that. So
I got real ham-handed one time and sent a stack of primers up through the ceiling once.
on
Didn't have
a
video gun.
So wait, you had one go off?
Yeah, I was being ham-handed, and instead of backing off when I felt the little bind, it's like, maybe, and just
Yeah.
pop, 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 pop.
Well, I've done that. Yeah. I've squeezed them. I've mashed them. I've decrimped them. I've never had one go off on me. And I got to knock on wood right now.
Mhm.
I've had some load upside down. I've had some mash on me and stuff like that. I will say when I'm reloading, I don't really wear any eyewear when I'm reloading, but I do everything with steps. I'm taking my time as I'm doing it, so I'm really paying attention to what's going on. I typically stand kind of off to the side of the press as well. I'm not always dead center to the press. I typically stand off center to it. So if something was to happen, it probably would not catch me in any way.
I mean, it's not like you're letting off nuclear or hand grenades or anything like that. You just got to be careful getting that little scrap of metal in your eye, just like we've been talking.
Yeah, say a primer goes off while you're looking over the press there and you forgot your glass. Luckily, I need my glasses so I can see the crimp and see shit because, my eyesight. So luckily, I need my glasses. But yeah, priming, it's key to wear your glasses. Same with shooting. I don't care if I can't see through the scope as well. Most all times, I'll have glasses on anyway. You never know.
And that's one thing that kind of bothers me a lot with a lot of folks that in our community too. I see a lot in our community is they'll go out and they'll shoot rifle and they got scopes and they'll take their glasses off to see better through the scope.
Yeah.
I do. Even when I'm shooting rifle, I still got glasses on because you never know what's going to happen, man.
Yep, factory or reloads. You can't trust the factories. Factories are worse than our reloads. So you can't trust that. What if something blows up and goes right in your eye?
Well, a prime example was, so I was at the gunsmith today working and hand polishing the barrel. I know you don't like hand polishing, but I was hand polishing.
Who doesn't like hand polishing? Oh, you're joking. I get it. I got it.
Hand polishing the barrel, and he's talking to me about another gun that he's working on. He brings over the stock, and he's walking me through what he's doing with the stock, and I'm like, okay. And he's like, hey, so the only way that this barrel attaches is with this screw that goes up through here, and blah blah blah. And I'm like, dude, that creates so many opportunities for pressure to come backwards. He's like, yeah, that's exactly the problem I got. This is the third time he's had it in because the way that rifle was designed, if that screw moves even just a little bit, because there's no set screw in it, it's just a screw that goes up into the barrel. And if it backs out any, now you got all that back pressure. So what happened is, and it's only a 22, but that back pressure blew out the entire back end of the stock. So yeah, wear your glasses, guys, please. It doesn't matter what the fuck it is. If you get enough pressure build up and it comes back at you, yeah, you're gonna deal with it.
It took a minute to get the polishing joke. Anyway,
I got that fucking barrel fucking primo. I mean fucking primo. That thing looks like fucking gold.
I have a Springfield 45. When you put a can on it, it spits out of the back of the slide. It spits at you. And if you didn't have glasses on, man, you're getting something. You're getting something. So I put a piece of tape over the back of the slide when I shoot that bastard. Suppressed. Unsuppressed, it doesn't do it. Weird.
And one thing was suppressed was too. A lot of folks don't realize and understand if you have a suppressor, you get a lot more gases coming back at you.
Mm-hmm.
And so you really need to make sure you have eyes on if you're shooting suppressed, because that shit will fly out and fly right back at you big time.
Yeah. And you want
that Tabor that I have, I mean, you look like somebody threw a pepper shaker in your face when you're shooting it suppressed. In fact, I put a piece of tape over the little side port on the shooting side because it's reversible right hand, left hand. And where that little port cover is leaks, I just put a piece of painter's tape on there whenever I shoot, because I mean, you'll have a rectangle on the side of your face.
Yes. Some guns aren't great suppressed, and the Springfield XD45, I like the gun, it shoots great, but I have to put a piece of tape over the back of the slide. It doesn't affect the firing pin, which sticks out, to show you it's cocked or whatever. And that's the one gun that really screws with me. And if you're shooting suppressed, you want to slow her down. So buffer, spring, whatever, and that'll eliminate the sound and the gas.
Well, I'll put gas blocked on everything.
I'm not sure if you're familiar with the M9A3, the Beretta, but it's basically the 92, but an upgraded version with a threaded barrel.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, and that's the one that I have. I've had a couple of different 92s over the years, and for various reasons, they were handed off to other people. Good friend of mine needed a defense weapon, so I gave him one of the 92s I had. And so right now, the only one I have as far as a 92 goes would be the M9A3. And I've shot that suppressed. And the amount of shit that comes back out of that when you shoot suppressed is fucking ridiculous.
I've seen them on PSA. They've been having, $600 sales for the Wambadine threaded one. Yeah.
But dude, they shoot fantastic. They're an awesome freaking gun. They shoot fantastic. But oh my God, did they get fucking dirty.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we have one on the Beretta 380, the Cheetah, the 84. the surplus one from PSA. I don't recall getting spit at, but maybe we did. I don't know. But we wear glasses, so we don't notice.
No,
But
I wasn't talking necessarily spit out, but literally it gets so dirty on the back end of it.
Mm-hmm.
And we're talking about making sure we're wearing eye protection and all that, and that's why I brought it up.
Yeah.
Even though necessarily may not be coming right back at you, you got to understand what's going on as you're shooting something that is suppressed and so on and so forth. So think about that stuff too, because that's all coming back at you. And
yeah, it's blowback.
That particular firearm, for example, that thing gets super dirty with 2-3 magazines, and it's blacker than hell.
Wow. Okay. Maybe the can has a lot of blowback because it's called blowback. Some cans have more blowback than others.
Yep. Those Berettas are fixed barrel, right?
That's something else to pay attention to as well. You got to pay attention to the can and what's going on with the can as well.
Yeah.
That Beretta is a fixed barrel, right?
Yeah.
Like a 45, so you don't have to have a suppressor with that spring device.
Well, what 45? 1911 tilts. You need a Nielsen on a 1911.
Yeah. Do you? Okay. Well, the Beretta
you do. Any tilting barrel, you want the spring. You want the Nielsen device or the they call it the. I call it the, and I can't remember right now. Piston. You want the piston. Yeah, anything with the tilting barrel. The Berettas, you don't have to. The problem is with the Berettas, the guide rod gets in the way of the adapter if you're going fixed. And so you got to modify your adapter or get a different adapter. Otherwise, it'll hit the end of the guide rod before it screws all the way to the shoulder of the barrel. And that's what we found with the 380. So I use the piston anyway, even though it doesn't move. It's skinnier and it gets out of the way of the piston.
Yeah, I don't remember the suppressor that I used. It was quite a few years back when I used it. I don't remember what it was, but I didn't have any issues as far as it hitting, backing up and causing problems or anything like that.
Yeah, you might have had a fixed piston on there. You can put a spacer in it, so there's no spring, or just use
it might have. I don't know. Like I said, this is quite a few years back now. All I can tell you is I remember that there was a lot of shit coming back up from the rear. I mean, a lot of shit.
Yeah, the can probably had a lot of blowback.
Anytime I'm shooting 300 blackout suppressed, the gun's just nasty.
Yeah, it depends on how you have it. You know, if you got a adjustable gas tube, your buffer, your spring, you want to slow her down for that. As a matter of fact, my son has a 223 AK. He's got an adjustable piston in the AK, and that thing is awesome. What we have to do is we have to go back. For regular, without a can, you just shoot it the way it is, all the way full. And then you bring that adjustable piston back down for suppressed, and it opens up the gap. It's like a pussycat. And we have to go outside soon and adjust it for can so we know what number on the piston it is, and then you just bring it back full when it's non-suppressed. And so whether you're going to shoot it with can or not, say you're just going to have it handy, no can, you put it back to normal, and then you can adjust it and pick your number, and it'll be the softest shooting, no spitting, nothing. It's awesome. It's really whoever designed the adjustable piston for the AKs is awesome. And it's anyway.
That AR-10 of mine is a piston gun. It's not direct impingement, and it's a pussycat. Man, when I shot AR-10s that are impingement, it's like wham, wham, wham. But that one with that piston gas, man, it's great. It's clean. You know, crap being low in your face.
you can make them really clean, and some guns foul more than others, and some cans foul way more than others. So you gotta. It's kind of a dancing game, figuring out your gun.
There's a lot that comes into play when it comes to that, and
yeah,
one of the big things when it comes to kind of that stuff, I recommend you build your own, and I say that for a lot of different reasons, is because you choose the components, and those different components will make the big difference. Like, for example, most of my rifles that I've built, and I've built probably, I don't know, about 2-3 dozen over the years. They all have the silent capture. And that silent capture, the JP silent capture, isn't cheap. You're like 130 to 140 roughly average. But that right there makes a huge difference in what you feel as you shoot. And so it makes a big difference to what the experience is. Same thing goes to picking out a trigger. Same thing goes to picking up your barrel. There's all these different factors that come into play when you're doing this stuff. But it's better to build it yourself and work through the process and figure it out, because you're going to be a lot happier at the end of the day. You're going to have less recoil. You're going to have a lot more different things working in your favor. You're going to have a lot more work on your hands, but things will work out better for you.
Okay, Vanessa has a good question. I'm at 7,000 feet. Okay, so I'm getting more feet per second than you flat earth landers. Okay, so Vanessa, I would consider you're at 158 above sea. I would consider you a flatlander. You're going to get less feet per second than I do. So reloading wise, it does matter, especially if you're trying to keep your ammo subsonic for a can. If I shoot something that's 158 feet per second, you go down to sea level, and that is going to be way less than that. So your loads are too light. So yes, altitude makes a big difference on feet per second. Just like a golf ball. If you're golfing in Utah, you're going to hit your driver a lot longer than you would down at the flatland. Okay, and it's just altitude.
Here's an example. My 69 grain match bullets traveling out of a 20-inch barrel. Depending on which 20-inch barrel, they'll do 2850-ish, and I'm at 58 feet above sea level where I'm at.
Okay.
So, yeah. So, and there is a you can calculate that into your load information using certain programs, like Streetlock Pro, and I think the Hornady has that, where it takes that into consideration. So temperature and air density will have effects on that.
Yeah. And I really couldn't tell you what the difference between 7,000 feet and sea level is, because I moved. So now I'm just at 7,000 feet. But I'll tell you what, my speed is faster than down below as far as feet per second.
Yeah.
So it'd be a good thing, but it's also a bad thing when you're trying to be quiet. If I was using someone's sea level load, I would hear a sonic crack in the background.
You get a lot more poppy.
Yeah.
No.
So, yeah, my struggle is my loads have to be lighter at my elevation to keep them quiet in that case. But the good news is, if I shoot a factory round hunting, I'm getting more feet per second. Being loud. Yeah.
Once again, just air temperature. I know this much: air temperature will affect, bullet speed, and then you get once again, it'll get poppy. I can't think of the guy's name. He's a big suppressor guy on YouTube. He does all. I'm certain everybody here has seen him, and I can't think of. But he's from the Orlando, Florida area, and he has a huge YouTube channel where he talks about suppressors and stuff, and he's gone into detail about that before. So, and what the hell is now I have to find that. Or else I'll sit here and scratch my freaking head for the next 6 weeks.
Just remember, elevation doesn't mean curvature.
I thought that was funny, Hobbies. I thought that was funny. All right, continuing. Oh. All right.
When it comes to developing loads, if you didn't see Uncle Jim's, it's probably not his last video. I think it was his second to last video. He was talking about how he had to vary it because of where he had to seat the bullet. And that's something that a lot of folks don't pay attention to, and you need to pay attention to.
Especially with that bullet. That was the Lee 310 jug test. Yeah.
Right. When you're loading something like that, and y'all know I'm a big bore guy, and that's why I bring it up, because I love big bore. I can shoot that shit all day long and have a huge smile on my face, and it's probably the only time you'll see me smile. I don't really smile a whole lot, but you give me a 44 Magnum and you put some big bore in my hand, I'm gonna smile all day. Mm-hmm. But you really got to pay attention to what's going on. And when it comes to the seating depth, when it comes to how much powder you're putting in, depending on the powder, in this particular one, he used 2400. I love 2400. 2400 works fucking fantastic for 44 Magnum. But you really got to pay attention to what you're doing with that stuff. And this, again, comes into play as to when you go out and test this stuff, make sure you got your eyes on, make sure you got ears in. Pay attention to what's going on with that. And watch your gun and watch what's happening with it, because every time you cock that hammer back and you pull that trigger, you're going to see something different, and you need to pay attention to what it is doing and not just what the bullet's doing down range. You have to pay attention to the firearm itself.
Yeah.
And understand what that gun is doing. And if you get an awesome group down range, per se, and everything's fucking going great, and you look at your gun and your gun's got all kinds of issues with it, okay, there's a problem somewhere, right? Or vice versa. You start shooting and you start having issues with the gun, and you're not seeing where everything's hitting down range. Okay, there's the problem. So you got to really pay attention to what's going on, especially if you're reloading.
Yeah, and I always stress volume. Crushing the powder, blah blah blah. Anyway, on that particular bullet, it is tricky because the only info is in the cast loading manual for that 310 bullet, and it has 2 crimp grooves, and it's talking about the longest setting, not the other crimp groove, the top crimp groove. If you did the top crimp groove with the data you saw in the book, you're blowing up your gun, most likely, if you're doing max loads. So yes, volume, and that's why.
Well, and one of the biggest thing there is go low, and work your way up, and just pay attention to the signs, pay attention to what's going on. Have a chronograph, because if you're that invested in what you're doing, you're going to have a chronograph. So have a chronograph and pay attention to what's going on.
Yeah. And the funny thing about that is a 317.5 grain bullet went 1,245 feet per second, and it didn't even kick in the rifle. And it won't kick in the Red Hawk either. So I know, I checked the primers and the brass and everything. I know I can bump it up a little bit, but nothing is in the book. And that's where I started lower. And that's why I picked 2,400, because it's more forgiving up and down on your charges than other powders. Anyway, I'll be right back. But yes, volume is key.
Yeah,
That was my son on the phone. He got pulled over and didn't have his insurance certificate. I'm like, get the app.
Anyways, the channel I was talking about is the NFA Review channel. He's been around for 10, 12 years now doing suppressor stuff. So, like I said, he discusses air temperature and stuff like that with the when talking about silencers. So. Talking about big bore, I've been playing around with the 45 long Colt, or Colt, whichever you prefer.
I was gonna say 45 Colt. It ain't long Colt. It's Colt.
And we were, me and the voices in my head have been playing around with 230 grain Hornady, the XTPs. Well, that one you have to cut your own cannulature in it, and trying to get it to get the overall length to stay below 1.6 inches.
Mm-hmm.
You have
Get
to
some brass black and blacken the base of your brass. It won't even come off when you tumble, but you'll be able to spot that short brass on that XTP stuff.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, that's it. Same in 4570, same in 357.
What I'm going to do is just set aside. I'm probably going to order some Starline and set those to the side and cut them down to to whatever length I need to get it cut down to. And then, just like I said, use it, because I like the XTP. I mean, I've never shot a person with it, but I've
it's a great hunting round.
Yeah,
good critter round is
yeah. And it basically turned them inside out. So I figured that'd be a great one. So you'll be able to get speed without, having to go crazy with, on the heavier bullets. So,
But yeah, you won't be able to spot that brass because of the capacity difference. And that brass black, it's the same Burchett or whatever that does Illuma Black and all that. I just ordered it on Amazon because it's cheaper than Midway or Brownells.
Right.
Well, I am not long for this evening. I've been sick all week, been sleeping.
Yeah,
sinus infection. Last night was my first real night's sleep.
I'm gonna jump off, fellas. It's been good to see it, everyone. Great seeing everyone in the side chat. Guys, appreciate y'all. Be sure to smash the thumbs up. I'm sorry I couldn't stay longer, but I'm absolutely freaking beat. It's been a hell of a week, hell of a week and a half, whatever you want to call it. It's been a long time. So yeah, I'm gonna go lay down, chill out, relax. Appreciate everyone out there. Stay safe, stay vigilant, as always. God bless America, and thank you all.
Bailing? Is he bailing on us?
Yes, he's going to jump off the edge of the earth.
I'm gonna go stand at the edge of the flat Earth and wave.
At the ice wall.
All right. Good night, Scotsman. Thanks for
All
coming.
right,
Okay, good night.
take it easy, fellas.
All right.
Good night.
Take care. All right. Vanessa Kitty had a kidney stone. Oh, that's got to be awful.
Twine's fighting one now. Yeah.
I hope that passes okay, Miss Kitty. I don't think I've had one. I've had, pain in the kidneys, sharp, like, what the hell was that? Someone jabbing you, but I don't know if I've had a stone. I don't recall.
Never had the pleasure of a kidney stone. I've seen people in the fetal position with them.
Oh, yeah, and I don't recall like a plop when you're peeing in the toilet, like you're peeing and then plop.
I had an employee pass one, and it's not like a ping. It was like a chip off a beer bottle. It looked like a piece of broken glass, but it looked like a beer bottle.
Just like a hot poker iron. Okay.
I don't know if I had a kidney stone or if it was just a urinary tract infection, but one time, like for 2 weeks, every time I'm taking a piss, I'm just, you're just sitting there crying, just like, get through me, please.
That was the clap, but we won't say anything.
Oh, okay.
You just need to the old reamer brush.
Well, if it was the clap, little Miss Susie has something to explain.
Oh, well, gentlemen, I'm going to step off too. I slept like 9 hours last night. First night without a throbbing headache. So I will see y'all on the backside. I'll be here 2 weeks in a row at least.
All right. Thanks for coming on.
Good night.
All right. Take care, buddy.
See ya.
I think I fell asleep there for a minute already.
All right. Well, we can kill it. Pat's not coming on, so
Pat's not going to come on, and
Tin Man ain't here to come on, and Mrs. Tin Man, so we can kill it. Whenever you're ready. I don't.
It's 11:30. I say we go ahead and pull the plug on it, or at least pull my plug.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, buddy. I'll talk to you. I'll see you next week if nothing else.
All right. Thanks for coming on, and take care. And side chat, let's do the afoof. Side chat, love y'all. Thanks for being in the side, and hope Vanessa's doing better. And take care, everyone. Until next time. Wait a minute. Here we go.